Has it just been a shit garbage week at work? Stuff piling up and nothing getting done? And you just feel like there's absolutely no relief and you need something to wind down the weekend? Nope. Not gonna happen. That's just not gonna do it. But wait, Bullet Bourbon? That's the official bourbon of the Absolute Geek Podcast. Baby Yoda knows what to do. Go home to your happy place. Grab those new comics. Now pour yourself some of that sweet Bullet Bourbon. Have a drink and forget about the BS. Now just sit back, relax, and enjoy the Absolute Geek Podcast.
Quiet shit
Brought
sucks.
to you by Bullet Bourbon.
Right?
Has it?
Bullet Bourbon. The preferred bourbon. The Absolute Geek Podcast. Helm Stout. You should be subscribed.
Now it's time to podcast.
Cycles, he sniffs and farts. It's my video, guys.
Hey guys, we're the Darts. Hi guys, it's Friday night in Phoenix. You're listening to the Absolute Geek Podcast.
Thank you, Darts. It is Friday night in Phoenix, and you're listening to the Absolute Geek Podcast. I am Matt.
I am Bullet Kyle.
I am Corbin.
I'm Solo Wookie.
And this week, joining us, we have two special guests from the We Be Geeks podcast. We have Mike and Derek. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you today?
Thank you. What's up, y'all? Nice to meet y'all.
We have another special guest.
Is that the
Bullet
peanut butter
Bourbon.
one? Oh,
This is Bullet Bourbon, sir.
okay. Sorry. Listen,
Bourbon of the Absolute Geek Podcast.
Oh,
The
okay.
only bourbon the Absolute Geek Podcast drinks.
I understand. Yep.
There
Nice.
is no other besides Bullet.
Anyways,
Dr. Pepper bourbon.
And where exactly is that bourbon made?
that is Kentucky, yeah? Kentucky bourbon.
Should be. If
Bullet.
if it's bourbon that's not made in Kentucky, then it's whiskey.
That is true. He's got a good point.
Tastes so good with Red Bull.
It's just like champagne. It's sparkling wine. If it's not made in the Champagne region of France.
Champagne. Unless it's Miller. And then it's the Champagne of beers.
The champagne
It
of
was
beers.
already giving me the beer poops. Yuck.
Anyways, well, welcome, guys. Why don't you go ahead and tell our audience a little bit about your show and what you guys do over there on your podcast.
Well, Derek, I'll let you start first.
I don't think Derek has audio.
We're doing it. Oh, he's got audio.
I have a hello. Can you
Oh, there he goes. There he is.
He's flying the Millennium Falcon, damn it. He's in an asteroid field and he's trying to navigate.
Just don't tell him the odds.
Just don't tell him
That's
the
a whole different show.
Do you want me to?
It ain't
You
like-
can tell he's a man of many words.
Right?
it ain't like.
All right, I was just struggling with plugging my phone in. All right, well,
The pokey
So-
side goes into the hole.
That's what she said.
Yes.
Now you tell me. That would have been helpful a minute ago. Oh, I got it in. Don't worry.
Oh my god.
So you spit on it.
What was the question?
Did you spit on it?
Well, you gotta have something. Yeah. You can't go try. It just doesn't work.
Tell them about Weeby Geeks. Other side of us tonight on this episode.
Oh, you're gonna be in for a surprise. Yes.
Right now you're crashing and burning. I'm gonna be honest. So,
It's called warm up.
Working yourself in on it. I get that.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done. Go ahead.
So,
the safe word is talk.
We Be Geeks is the podcast that Mike and I do, where, well, it used to be a show about us getting together to talk about the latest in geek news and stuff, but lately it's become more about us having some cool interviews with some interesting actors and movie producers and all kinds of things like that. Some great independent films.
Shout out to the great man Steve Joyner for all that.
Yes, absolutely.
He has got us busy.
Us too. Until the last minute somebody cancels, but I understand. We're in a time where sickness is running rampant, so it's understandable. But so you guys sound like you're kind of like us, talk geek news and pop culture and all that good stuff.
As long as we're not talking Twilight, everything in the world is great.
Get out of here, then.
That's Kyle's favorite movie.
Sorry, the only reason why vampires should be sparkling is right before they go poof.
Okay.
Although, now that Pattinson's playing Batman, it might have to come up a little bit.
A little more respect.
I just hope they don't make Batman sparkly.
Exactly. Sparkleback is not gonna.
Who the hell are you?
Did you watch the trailer?
Well, we'll get into the DC stuff here in a minute. We can't start the episode without talking about the news that just broke right before we went live, and that is the passing of Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Say what?
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman passed away right before we went live of cancer
Didn't I have him in the death pool?
at
I'm
43.
pretty sure that
I don't think you did.
Before we went live.
Well, yes, but the news broke.
The news broke before we went.
Thanks, Chad.
Yeah, anytime, man.
Yeah.
So he lost his battle with colon cancer.
Yep. He had passed away of colon cancer, which I didn't even know he had.
Yeah, he kept it pretty close to the vest, apparently.
I didn't either.
For years.
Yeah, I don't think
their statement said he kept it private. So
how'd you know that he wore a vest?
Now you're trying too hard, Chad.
Wow.
he wore
Wow,
it.
this is. If we weren't live, I already would have told us to stop and start again. This is fucking terrible.
Let's just talk DC then. Let's get we're already out of it.
Warming up.
That was funny.
We're warming up.
That was a terrible joke, Chad. I'm just gonna. But yeah, Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther star, passed away. How do you think? You think Marvel moves on from Black Panther, or you think they maybe knew and have a contingency plan set in place?
I'm sure they'd have a contingency plan. He had to have disclosed he had cancer.
Yeah, I'm sure he had to have.
Yeah.
It's something that he probably had to, disclose on the physical.
Yeah, I mean, they said that he's been doing the last 4 years in between surgeries and chemotherapy. So I'm sure as an actor, you sharing the information, the studios know. I'm not even physically there yet. Like, I thought I could think about it, but the dude just passed. Like, I can't look on the next movie and stuff where it's like, the dude is gone. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah. And this
I just found out now, and I'm shocked.
Yeah, like, I'm sure I'll think about it. The momentarily a knee-jerk reaction came, and I just like, I can't even look at that right now.
Well, how do they handle Black Panther 2, which is supposed to drop in 2022 now?
That's not even that headspace right now, person. That's crazy. I know it's.
I know.
All right, everybody, I'll step in and do it.
Go for it, Kyle.
Saved by Kyle.
You can only be White Wolf, Kyle. The hairstyle is more becoming of that.
Actually,
Hey, is that reverse racism, sir?
No, I said the hairstyle.
You said I couldn't play him? Why?
No. Whoa. Hey.
I think you need to sit in timeout, racist.
You do not get to say that to me. No. I said the hairstyle.
this is where I pitched to Kevin Feige that I'll step in and play Kosher Panther.
Okay. See,
There you go.
I'm going to go that one.
Yes, I can say it.
Corbin, I mean, why aren't you throwing your name in the ring, bro?
Why? Because I'm black?
No, I'm just saying.
Don't ask me racist. What the fuck is going on this show today?
I'm just saying. Look, you're like taking the diplomatic route. Like, man, the news just broke, man, and I can't even wrap my head around it. I don't want to think about who's playing Black Panther the next man. Instead of being like, I want that fucking role. Bring it over to me. Let's go. Let's go.
I mean,
Kyle didn't let what's his name from Riverdale's death last before he was pitching for that role.
who the fuck cares about Riverdale?
So everyone cares about Riverdale.
I got Riverdale mixed up with All American. If that tells you something.
Not everyone. This just in. Robert Downey Jr. is reviving his role from Tropic Thunder.
There you go.
My God.
I'm down. Let's go back to Marvel for Robert Downey Jr.
Playing a dude is playing a dude.
Oh my God. I cannot with y'all.
Back to Marvel for Robert Downey Jr. That's good. But yeah, sadness.
With both of you.
It really is.
I'm more disappointed in Corbin. Like, he's just taking the diplomatic route instead of just going after the role.
Well, dude, I'm saying. I'm not.
Let's go.
I feel you, Corbin. I see where you're coming from. I get it.
Like, it's just a shock to me. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to it, and as geeks, as fans, I know we're all like, that's all we, we're thinking the cast and this and that. But, like, for me, that dude, I mean, it wasn't just Black Panther, James Brown, Thurgood Marshall, Jackie Robinson. Like, he was stuff that I remember just in general. You know what I mean? Like, I guess, I don't know. I guess there never is a right time to think about it. So why not? But for me, I'm just not there yet. As far as nominating myself, Matt, don't be silly. We all know I'm looking for the Superman.
No, never happened.
Why? Because I'm black?
No.
What?
No.
You don't have the physique, brother.
I don't have the physique for Superman, but I do for Black Panther.
Yeah, you can pull off Black Panther.
Right now, I got the physique for like Black Poodle. Okay, right now.
You got that physique, brother.
I'm hitting everybody hard right now, dog.
You're about food, Corbin.
And don't catch me in between casting when I'm over at Chili's. It'll be a mess. All right.
I'm gonna take my fucking 3/4 last.
You got to take your professional haggling skills into Marvel Studios and get that role.
But listen, I'm taking them to DC because 5G is going to come back and they're going to push for just random people.
You just need to
might as well have me.
Walk into Marvel Studios and be like,
actor.
That Black Panther costume has a little bit of dirt on it. Can I play him for cheaper?
They're gonna be casting for the Black Panther, and Corbin's gonna be in there like, no, man, that dude over there, he got a little dirt on him. Can I have that role?
Yeah, right.
Get that role.
That dude's suit's got a little ketchup stain on it from lunch. Give me that role. I want that role.
I was gonna say, I need a discount on it. That one's got a little bit of cancer on it, but I should.
Oh my God, that's for. Oh my God. Anyone on this pod know the word?
Dude, that was.
Oh my Lord.
I know the dude's not even cold yet. I get it.
Bro, that was a little too much.
Too soon? Too soon?
Yeah.
Never too soon.
Aren't you glad you guys came on this show tonight? Like,
What the hell do we
yeah, what did you sign up for?
You guys listened to us prior to coming on today, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
because we were scheduled to do this in a couple what
Next week. Yeah.
Yeah, originally.
Oh, so you
So-
hadn't done homework yet.
I hadn't done homework yet.
Sucker.
He's like, I got to go back now and re-record my intro for my episode because this show is a little much for my audience.
My intro's now going to change to, we don't know what the fuck we got into. So you guys wanted
Geeks After Dark.
You guys wanted Weeby Geeks After Dark? Oh yeah, you're getting Weeby Geeks After Dark. Early of Absolute Geek.
After real dark.
We'd be smelling what the Rock was stepping in.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. But let's.
This will be like my Keepers of the Fringe podcast, so I'm good.
All right. As long as you're comfortable.
Oh, we're
Oh yeah.
Everybody looked a little uncomfortable about 2 minutes
Now
ago.
that I know where the level is,
This is like us prior to us recording our show, where we're getting it out of our system.
yeah.
Well,
Because
yeah.
for me, my real job, I'm actually in the entertainment industry. I'm an audio engineer. So this conversation, I've made professional hockey players blush with conversations similar to this. And they're like, "Oh crap, we are." Oh, you want me to bring it? We'll bring it tonight.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Stout said this is actually pretty tame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say we've had some crazy ones. I mean, I even put the Star Wars rant we did above this.
We're
No way. Kyle jerking off and choking himself was
Oh,
fucking,
that was bad.
that was a
Remember
masterpiece.
that and the bread discussion? That was a good one.
no. I think the best one was when Matt is going to meet Joaquin Phoenix.
That was a pretty good one too.
Hey, Derek.
You guys are ridiculous.
Yeah.
So tell us about your guys' show again.
Yeah. Let's hear what you guys got again.
What do you guys got?
Well, really, we got nothing. No, as Derek was saying, we cover general geek culture just like you guys. We also bring people on for interviews, and I think this show will hit 8 years running in November. And
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. That's awesome.
That's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
and I
that's
think we had a pretty
crazy.
impressive guest list as well. Between here and then,
It's Mike's an old part.
I am an old fart as of Monday.
So, what are some of your favorite guests that you've had?
Ooh.
I will throw Ellen Dubin up there
Oh,
as
wow.
one of my favorites. Tracy Birdsall and
Yeah,
Neil Johnson as well.
Yeah.
Neil's
Friends of ours, yeah.
yeah. Prior to when Derek came on, I had John Schneider on the show, which was a blast.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Nice little cast there.
That's good. That's a good run.
Nice.
Can any of them tell you whether or not Brad Pitt stinks?
Or if he's got a big dick.
Those are the questions you have to ask the audience.
We don't care about anything else unless we know if Brad Pitt stinks. We want to know how big his dick is.
It's
Other than that, we don't
massive.
give a fuck.
Well, to quote Harley Race, Brad Pitt is a pencil neck geek, so he's got a pencil dick.
Wow.
According to what I've heard on YouTube, so no
You
personal.
You heard it here
Well,
first.
I can only speak from experience, but I think Brad Pitt smells nice. I mean, he has a nice cologne that he wears. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. Sorry.
I mean, you get people who look like they stink. I don't think Brad Pitt looks like he stinks.
He does. He looks like he stinks.
Oh, okay. Well,
If I ever
and
meet
the
him, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go,
And the debate rages on.
oh, wow.
Every person we interview, that's our asking. That's our.
Do you look like you stink? Do you feel like you stink?
Brad Pitt stink?
I have another question.
We're
for
on
you
a
guys.
mission to find out.
One more question. It's a very important question I have for both of you.
Uh-oh, that means
Have
nothing.
any of you guys hitchhiked when you were 5 years old?
Oh my god.
Say yes. Just say yes.
No, but I probably did something just as bad when I was 3. We moved to. I was born in Kentucky. We moved from a small little municipality to basically country living, where the size of the town was 500 people. Town square, downtown was a town square that was also the parking lot for downtown. I ended up either a half mile or a mile down the road from the house where we had just moved to some farm where I ended up playing with the puppies that were at that farm that I didn't even know were there. So
That's not.
and apparently they had to call my parents. Do y'all have a kid? Because we think he's here.
Can you come get your kid? We're afraid he's going to give something to the puppies. That'd have been the call my mom got. They'd have been like, hey, this Wookiee's over here. We don't want our dogs infected. Can you come get your Wookiee?
What he's doing to our fucking dogs right now, get this fucking kid. This is not normal. No, he's only. No. You're not seeing what I'm fucking seeing, lady.
A half mile from home.
I don't know from
That's pretty good.
that small town you went to. It might have been normal.
May have
Yeah,
been.
right. Half mile from home at 3 is that's a pretty good.
Figure out that dog butt now.
Pretty good trip.
Yeah,
Pretty good trip.
yeah, that is. But in a small town, I mean, that's
There.
you don't have to worry too much in a small town.
It's still not hitchhiking, so.
No, he walked it himself. He's like, "Fuck it, I don't need a ride.
Yeah.
I'll walk up the road."
On a semi-busy rural highway, like state route highway.
Dang.
It was a 2-lane road.
Let me guess. It was uphill both ways.
No, this 6 was flat.
He threw on his.
Difficulty.
He packed up his big wheel and he was on his way. He was off to the races.
No big wheel, straight walk.
Oh,
Damn, you didn't even have a big wheel. At least I had a Spider-Man big
did.
wheel.
I did. Well, I had one of those green machines thing
Oh yeah.
where you
I had one of those.
where it was like the tripod.
Yep.
And then I had the Batman version of it as well.
Oh wow.
he had one of those Fisher Price cars flipping people off. Get the fuck out of the way! And he's going down the street.
I'm fucking driving
Yeah.
here, lady.
Little Fisher.
You had the smart car?
Yeah, the little Fisher Price pedal car. Yep.
If I ever got a smart car, I would get a red one, take it to the body shop, take it to a paint shop, and have them paint everything above the doors that bright yellow,
Right.
and then do the
You
decals.
might
So,
be able to order one that way.
yeah,
Yeah, what was that, Tyco or Fisher Price, or what were those things? There's a name for those, and I can't remember.
I don't remember. Play School.
There. Yes. Play School.
Play School. there
That's
you go.
right. Play School. Yes. Yes. yes.
I've seen where people have done it and actually gotten and duplicated the decals from that and put
That'd
on
be
their car
awesome.
in the exact same spot. I'm like, that would be the only reason why I would get a smart car. Is to make a life size Play School red mobile, gold wagon, whatever it is.
Not me. I'd get a smart car to put a diesel engine in it.
But all right. So back to
Where?
your guys' discussion about let's talk DC Fandom. Let's talk Dark Knight, or not Dark Knight, but the Batman. I'm sure we've all seen the trailer. Initial thoughts. Did anybody? First of all, anybody here not like the trailer? That's a no.
I liked it. I just thought he was supposed to have sparkly nip.
Oh, you said anyone not liking? Look who shows back up.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm back.
The hater,
Yeah.
the residential hater shows up.
It's a perfect time. It was like he was waiting for that moment.
Yeah. He's like, did somebody beckon me?
Anyone got anything to hate?
You guys talking about the Batman trailer?
Yes.
Exactly. Hate. What? Oh, I'm back.
Yeah.
No, I was pleasantly surprised. I'm not getting my hopes up, but I was
Okay.
pleasantly surprised.
That's good. Same. Because I mean, I was gonna watch it because it was Batman, but the tone felt off. I didn't like that they were going back to yet another younger Batman.
Do you even like Batman, Corbin?
Chat.
I think people are over picky about Batman is what the fucking problem is.
Look, he's in grieving, all right? Chadwick Boseman just died. Corbin is in grieving. Don't come for him.
Batman.
I'm trying to be cool here. No, I'm fine. But yeah,
You better try a little harder, buddy.
I love Batman. I was.
We do. We know you love it.
And I rewatched that trailer like 15 times, especially where he beat the crap out of that guy. That was shocking.
I was pleasantly surprised. I do not have high hopes for this at all. As we all know, I am anti Glitterbat, and I have no desire to watch Twinkles as Batman whatsoever. But again, you can take any trailer and chop up a movie, any movie, and chop it up and make a trailer that looks really outstanding, and then you go see the movie and you're like, what the fuck was that shit I just watched? The trailer was awesome. The movie sucked. So I'm really hoping that they didn't, chop out like the 25 best scenes of the movie and slap it into the trailer.
Considering it's only 20% shot, I don't think that's the case, but...
And the other question is going to be, we know it's the first trailer, and it's not a teaser because they did the teaser. Okay, 2 minutes 28 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is this a teaser or is this a trailer?
It has to be the teaser, right?
I think it's a trailer.
And then this is a full trailer.
25% of that much of the movie done. That's it.
They've only got 25% of the movie shot.
I mean, they've done that with Endgame and Infinity War. I guess it's possible. But wow.
But my question is, how much of this is actually going to end up in the movie?
I hope none of it is. I like when trailers do that.
There's still plenty of time for some of that stuff to end up in the cutting room floor.
Very true.
Yeah, or how much is going to be in the movie, but it is not actually what you think it is in the movie.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's just it. They could, I don't know. There's so much that they could redo. If they were to cut out where he actually grabbed that guy and like Corbin was saying, just started wailing on that dude and like gave us the Batman we all love, where it's like, dude, he's so badass. He just levels people, and they finally kind of look like they were going to show it in this movie. I'm sorry that they picked fucking Twinkles and Sparkles to placate the tough Batman, but as long as we get to see it, that could actually maybe counteract. There goes Coxosaurus Rex. It could maybe counteract what everybody's already used to with, or expecting out of old Glitter Boy.
See, I think you got to get past the glitter. I think you got to look past it because I have been a advocate for him playing this role the minute he was cast.
But Matt, you've been on a lot of bad decisions over the year.
I don't think this is a bad decision because I think Robert Pattinson is a fantastic actor.
Okay.
This is Coxosaurus, Chad.
You got to move past the Glitter Boy stuff and realize that he's got a much better line of work, and I think he's going to do a fantastic job. We just saw it.
He gave water to elephants.
He did give water to elephants. You're right, and he
But
protected
I
a
will
life.
always in my mind, I will see fucking Glitter Boy. In my mind, I'll always see Harry Potter as fucking Harry Potter. In my mind, I'll always see Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, despite his outstanding job in Corvette Summer. I will always, there's certain roles that
you always see Michael J. Fox as Michael Keaton, not Michael Keaton.
Marty McFly.
No.
Yes, I often see Michael J. Fox as Michael Keaton. That is something that often happens.
That would be a tremendous transformation.
Often does that happen.
Alex P. Keaton.
Yes, Alex P. Keaton.
I often do see Michael J. Fox as Alex P. Keaton. No, I'm not saying there's not a chance that he could come out and start anew, and make you kind of forget that a little bit. But but my mom loved those books so much, and she was all Team Edward and all that bullshit. And
Shout out to Chad's mom.
yeah, well, I'm pretty sure she can't hear you, dude. She died like 4 years ago.
Hey, if Artie taught us anything, she could still hear you.
That's right. That's right. Thanks, Artie.
He's a fucking liar.
He's going to have to do a really damn good job. It's going to have to be written really damn well, and they're going to have to really do good work on this for me to forget that he's Twinkle Pyre.
You really stuck on that, dude.
Yeah, that's the sticking point. That's fine.
Yeah.
What were you guys?
I can't. After Heath Ledger, I have to give everybody a chance. I can't judge until I see the actual movie.
Not just that.
I made that promise to myself.
How many of us jumped all over the casting of Ben Affleck at the beginning too?
I did, and I still think he sucks. Look, I was right.
No, whoa.
Affleck is the second best cinematic Batman behind
After Val Kilmer.
Oh.
I don't agree with any of that.
I agree.
Listen, Batman Forever is an underrated Batman film, just like Gotham by Gaslight is an underrated Batman comic. When you look back on this, y'all are gonna agree with me. You just gotta watch it again.
Oh, I agree. I agree with you about Gotham by Gaslight. It's probably one of the best Batman Elseworld books.
Yes.
Finally, he finds someone to agree with him.
Yes, they don't know these guys here. They're Batman casuals, man. I'm glad we got.
Oh, here we go.
I also
here. We be geeks. Also, we be Batman experts. I love it.
But I'm also a big follower and will watch any show that comes on about Jack the Ripper as well.
Okay.
Which is
I like the way that they played that. Yeah, it is.
Was about. But Kilmer was probably the best Batman between him and Clooney.
No way.
Keaton's
no way.
To me, Keaton's got the best of the three.
Christian Bale.
Wow.
Yeah. He's the best Batman. Keaton was okay, but he was not great. And he definitely wasn't good as Bruce Wayne.
No, he wasn't.
So who's better than Keaton then?
I don't know. Oh, I said Val Kilmer. People just like to hit on that movie. all the extra stuff that came around it.
Corbin, next time, please open the window before you huff the epoxy, all right? It's all right. Next time, open your window before you huff the epoxy when you're applying things, all right?
Melathyla.
Before you sniff the bookbinding glue, just open the window, all right?
Oh my God.
I don't think, honestly, think anybody has been able to nail both roles perfectly yet.
No.
Batman and Bruce Wayne.
No, I that's a legit statement. So what I basically hear you saying is they need to find an unknown actor.
Unknown actor.
No.
Yeah. We go with that.
Those are the only people that can do comic book roles well.
No, and don't get
we had a podcast where there was a very big and long, crazy discussion about no-name actors versus people who already had roles and were already kind of known. And it's hard to put someone who's known in a role as someone in like a superhero or in those situations. You almost are better off taking a shot with a no-name actor that can, you know, has some chops, but then, you know, can make their own name as that character, because without it, it's too hard. Some can do it.
There are only a couple of exceptions. Right. There's only a couple of exceptions on that.
But I don't think we can fairly rule out Pattinson as a good Bruce Wayne because we don't really see him as Bruce Wayne. You see a couple shots, but you don't see him actually doing anything.
I mean, I'm
I'm
going to give it a fair shot. Just like it's hard. I'm not a big Joel Schumacher fan with the 2 films he did, but I will take
nobody.
But I will accept Batman Forever just a bit more because it's got my favorite villain in it, and that's the Riddler.
That's the only reason why.
But that's great. You're getting the Riddler in this movie too.
Light. I mean, there's other elements that make it good.
This is why I'm hoping they screw it up because I am a huge Riddler fan.
Oh, okay, so that poses the question: who plays Riddler best? Who's the best Riddler?
I think hands down, Paul Dano is going to be our best Riddler we've ever seen.
Jim Carrey easily. Matt is on crack. It's Jim Carrey by a long shot.
No.
He gets the eccentricness of it.
No.
Okay. Wait.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's just make the Riddler dark and gritty too. Why not? He looks like the Joker to me.
With this,
No, you don't have to do that. But Jim Carrey was a little too overboard.
Well, yeah, the whole movie was a little too overboard, but it was close. It was closer to the character. If I look at that movie and I see the Riddler, beside all the green, neon, whatever, and I listen to this Riddler, based off your common knowledge of the Riddler, right? It's a little off, right?
Well, if we're talking live action Riddlers, to me, Frank Gorshin's the best Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. That's true. That's true.
Frank Gorshin is his Riddler's the only one that could transcend into each one of the Batman franchises or Batman renditions that have come out.
Wait, who's this one again?
Batman 66 Riddler.
The original Batman 66 Riddler.
Yeah.
Because season 2 there was a contract dispute, and that's when we got John Astin as Riddler.
What about did you watch Gotham?
No,
did you watch the TV show Gotham?
I did watch some of the.
I did.
I didn't watch but I watched the episodes that focused on the Enigma character.
Mm-hmm.
He was good, but he still was not Gorshin.
Yep.
He got pretty decent towards the end of the series, I would say.
I mean, I think we had this discussion early on when Derek, shortly after, joined Weeby Geeks. I think that's when we still had Brett on the show. We talked about the Batman villains. The Jokers, none of them could cross over into the other universes. You can't put Cesar Romero in the Burton Schumacher films. Definitely, you can't put him in.
He can put his mustache.
Yeah, but you can't put him in the Nolan film at all. Nicholson doesn't go either direction either.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah, I don't think you can put Nicholson in anywhere but the Burton films.
Burgess Meredith maybe could into the Burton film. Character wise, with only doing like maybe the hand prosthetic change, not the full everything else. If you want to do a minor, but you can't put DeVito in Batman 66, and you definitely can't put him in the Nolan verse.
Yeah.
So I mean, and Burgess Meredith's Penguin never would have worked in the Nolan verse. So I think we came down to that night of the normal rogues gallery. Frank Gorshin's Riddler is the only one that could really go across the different live action universes of Batman.
What about Mr. Freeze?
No.
I mean, Catwoman? No. Yeah, I guess you're right.
I do what they showed in this, promo or trailer or whatever you want to call it for Batman, when Twinkles was playing Bruce Wayne, he did kind of remind me of the animated The Batman. He did kind of have that hairstyle. He did kind of have that.
I think that's what they were aiming towards. Was that
it played well? It looked like that's what they were doing. It played well.
It'd just be interesting to hear how much he goes towards that younger Kevin Conroy style voicing of Bruce and Bats. The only thing that I did not like with the trailer is, and this is where I'm curious to know, just how early into Batman's career are we? I'm not a big fan of the Batmobile.
2 years, year 2.
Yeah, I'm not there.
Year 2 in the comics, he had a pretty established looking Batmobile. Still maybe not the one he wanted, but it looked more like a Batmobile than a muscle car that we're getting here.
Okay, let's go around the horn real quick. Matt, let's start with you. Best Batmobile.
Oh man. Are we talking live action or just overall?
Overall. Comic books, cartoons, movies, TV, whatever. Best Batmobile.
I mean, I think I'm going to always be partial to be animated series.
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle, what about you?
Keaton.
Best Batmobile.
Keaton's Batmobile.
Which one is that?
Keaton?
It's the only
Michael Keaton's Batmobile. I was like, what? I didn't hear Keaton. No, that was a pretty good one. All right, Corbin.
I have to go with the animated series too. That's the iconic. That's the classic. That's one that pops in my mind. The close second will be Keaton's Batmobile, or the '90s Batmobile.
I think hands down, I got to go original '66 from the TV show. That's my all-time favorite. That thing's a work of art, man. That thing.
Hey, who are you talking to?
What?
Kyle.
And then
I was like, I'm not talking to anybody.
next, what's your guys's?
For me, it's a toss-up between the animated series and
Who are you talking to? Who's
Who
over
are you
there?
talking to?
I don't know who Kyle's talking to.
Kyle, what is that?
This guy right here.
He wants
Me?
to know who.
Below Matt.
Yeah, he wants to know who Derek's talking to.
Who are you talking to, Derek?
Oh, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm looking at my collection of Hot Wheels Batmobiles.
He's
He's going to the bullpen to try and figure it out, huh?
Okay, I'm sorry. So
Yeah.
which one? Wait, which one is yours? What's yours?
It's a toss-up between Keaton, the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batmobile, and the animated series.
Okay.
The original animated series.
Sure.
Kevin Conroy.
All right. Now you've had all that time to look at them Hot Wheels. Cheater.
And that's where it's tough because I love that '89 Batmobile. I love the animated series Batmobile, but I think ultimately my favorite would have to be the '66 Batmobile.
All right. Whoa, but guys, we're not considering.
Let's go. Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
We're not considering the Batman Beyond Batmobile. What do people think about that one?
You don't see it,
That's a good one. That's an interesting one.
but you don't see it much though, because he's able to fly, and you see more of the bat plane or the bat wing than you do the Batmobile in that show.
In Batman Beyond? I mean, he flies more, but I thought he used it fairly often. I mean, enough that you could see the make and model. It was sleek, black and red. Like, I like the clashing of that. You know what I mean? It was just, I get what you're saying. But that's
But
interesting.
I remember seeing.
It is
seeing
cool,
the bat,
though.
I remember seeing the Batwing more than I saw the Batmobile.
I don't remember how the Batwing looked in Batman Beyond. Let me see that.
Then you obviously haven't watched Batman Beyond as much as you claim, Mr. Batman aficionado.
No, I'm looking at it now. No, there's. I mean, that was cool, but no, it was. Are we calling them the same thing? We gotta call them the same thing, right?
Casual,
That's what I'm thinking.
Mister, I'm going to call everyone a casual Batman fan here. Doesn't even know.
I don't want to disrespect my guest, but I think they're the same thing. It was no. All 52 up. I'm sorry. I don't come for me, man. You don't know me like that.
No, I think you're right. I think they're the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. There was no Batman Beyond. What now, Matt? Take yourself off.
What do you mean there's no Batwing? He flies a plane the entire show.
That's the Batmobile.
Doofus. No, it's not a car. It's not a car.
In the future, dude.
It's a plane. Okay.
Well,
it can be called a goddamn bat waffle for all I care. It's not a car.
Guess what it was called? It's called the Batmobile.
No.
So
negative.
I'm sorry. I don't remember you disappearing.
It's a bat plane.
I'm just saying.
It's a bat plane.
No, it was the Batmobile, and it's okay to be wrong.
No, it's the bat waffle.
Yep. That's what it is now. Did he just leave?
Yes.
He just mic dropped and he got mad because you called it the bat waffle.
Bat waffle.
Bye, Corbin, with your bat waffle.
So I think 66 Batmobile was probably the one that played the longest, is it not? I mean, that's the one that we saw for the longest period of time.
No. Yeah. Animated series.
Animated series. When it went from...
Yeah, I would say.
When it went from the Batman animated series to Batman and Robin, or the New Adventures of Batman to the New Adventures of Batman and Robin, it was the same Batmobile the whole way through.
Because we had the 66 TV show, and then they didn't change that. They didn't change. He's back. And
I was so hyped up. I was trying to close the tab for the Batwing that I pulled up, and I just closed this out. I'm so like, yeah, that's right. Where'd everyone go?
You're like, Mike, drop them out.
I was still talking trash, and I'm looking around going, why is it so quiet in here? Was I that good? And I'm looking like, oh, fuck me. Like, I didn't.
So we got the Batmobile 66, in the TV show, and then we don't see a change even into the 80s when Batman and Robin and Scooby-Doo. So, I mean, technically, we lived with the 66 Batmobile until the 80s, until Burton did something different, or the animated, which did the animated series come out before Tim Burton's movies?
No, it came out.
I don't think it did. It came out after, right?
Came out like 90, 92.
Wasn't there?
But the Batmobile,
Batmobile on Super Friends.
It was used as the base, but there was a slight variation of it because they incorporated the bat ears.
But it was still the basic same car, right?
Yeah, so Batman animated series first aired in 1992. Final episode was 1995.
Oh, no, it was before they brought back the next season, remember? They did the redesign. 95 was that original run with the original design. Then they brought it back for the new Batman Superman Adventures from 97 to 98, if I remember right.
Yeah, but starting 94.
They gave the Joker no eyes. Made Gordon look like he had cancer, he was so thin, like that sort of thing.
95 though.
Oh yeah.
The New Adventures of Batman and Robin.
Yeah, that was when they paired the episode of those two together, 95. And then 97, 98 is when they did the Batman and the Superman show as well, concurrently. So.
Now,
oh yeah.
Don't know.
While yes, Hanna-Barbera used the Batman 66 Batmobile, the Chuck Barris, or the Barris Batmobile.
So we ended up seeing that one a lot longer than we ended up seeing any other Batmobile.
It was used as a base for the drawings, but they still added the Batman head
icon on the front of it. But the rest of it was very similar because they also did the same thing. CBS did the same thing when Filmation had their Batman cartoon out. And the only difference between the two is Filmation couldn't use Riddler because Hanna-Barbera had the rights to Riddler. But Filmation was able to use every other Batman character because those were open rights. But you had Adam West and Burt Ward playing Batman in the CBS cartoon, whereas you had Casey Kasem as Robin, and I forgot who was Batman in that. But yeah, you had both shows popping on at the same time with two different voice casts.
But so, Paul Dano Riddler, did you guys like the redesign of the Riddler?
No.
No, I did.
I don't think I've seen enough yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I like the covered face with the glasses coming out. He looks more menacing. He looks more like Scott Snyder's Riddler. You kind of give him that more menacing look than you get from the green suit with the question marks and the cane and the bowler hat.
But that's Riddler.
But
they're making him like an anarchist, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind the redesign. Like I think it's cool, modernized, darker. But do you think that? I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm going off.
If you're gonna make him an anarchist, then just turn him into anarchy.
Yeah, I'll even take Matt in.
I mean, Riddler is not.
My first thought when I saw him was that he was harsh.
Well, I'm glad that it kind of looks like they're going a little bit darker with the Riddler, and I'm glad that they are because we haven't had a good, darker Riddler, and I think that's the only way that they're going to make it happen and make it good.
I think that's the wrong choice.
I mean, yeah, my thing is like I'll do respect to that. I get you on that, Chad, but like, when's the last time we all sat around and went, you know what? We really need a darker Riddler. Like I've been really
always.
You find me the episodes we did, man. I'll listen to them. I've been all there going. I can be a menacing.
You've got 504 to go through, Corbin.
No. You know which one that did. I'm not gonna.
I don't listen. I don't remember half the stuff that happens on this show 500 episodes ago.
I don't remember us talking about that. I don't know. I'm just saying in general. Like, didn't we learn from Zack Snyder and the whole thing with Batman v Superman that making it darker doesn't necessarily make it better?
Yeah, but with Riddler, we already have a crazy Joker, and that's a whole another thing, and that's great. That's perfect. That's who the Joker should be because he is crazy. But Edward E. Nygma is a darker, more intelligent. The Joker's intelligent, but he's a crazy intelligence that's just very chaotic. Whereas the Riddler has that very maniacal, thought out, very intelligent, very well planned, dark Riddler. I don't think we've ever seen it.
Riddler is maniacal. He's very calculating, just like a real thought out joke. But he's not dark. Was never written dark. Was never meant to be dark. Closest you ever get to a dark Riddler is when they did the first year DC did Villains Month, and they had all the one-off comic issues.
Are you reading current Batman, Mike?
Yeah, I was gonna say because the New 52 Riddler is he's darker, he's more maniacal, he's more methodic, he's a different breed than the campy Riddler you're used to, and I think that's what they're going with, and I think it's going to work famously. I think you look back at this after that movie comes out, and you're going to be like, man, that's kind of the Riddler I want.
This is episode 261. I'll make a note of that.
I also think that there's, with everything that happened after that shit Joker movie that's not canon, not anything, was Joaquin Phoenix.
Watch your mouth.
That was.
Hey,
I think they saw how famously that worked and how well everyone received it, except for me because I have taste. And they I think are going to start leaning towards more of the dark stuff like that. And I think that's why a big part of why we're going to see a darker Riddler. I think that's why we're going to see a darker, characters like that, because that Joker movie did so good.
But does DC have to go dark with their product?
Yes, they do.
Why? Just because Marvel has?
No.
No. I think going dark is
Only was Batman. Yeah, with the Batman versus Superman and the Justice League and everything. I think they tried to go dark and it did not work.
I mean, if you're going to go dark if you're going to go that dark with Batman, you might as well just aim a camera. You might as well aim a camera at a black screen and just do overdubs and go, okay, there's your Batman film.
Yeah,
I don't because when they try and go dark with the films, they go too dark with the lighting, and you don't see shit.
Well, I think
and that's what I was going to say, is that just because it's dark matter doesn't mean you have to have dark lighting. It doesn't mean that you have to have dark pictures. It doesn't mean that you have to, and that's where Warner Brothers fails every time, because they're fucking stupid.
We're talking Warner Brothers and DC Studios. That's their thought. Because they even did it. My only complaint about the Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, the Batman animated series, my only complaint, I love the show. I think it's the best thing out there. But since they wanted to make it darker, it was a lot of night sequences and too dark colors, too much dark use of colors, and they didn't need to. And they could have brightened it up just a hair,
absolutely,
and still had the same success.
I agree.
I think this movie is going to be darker for a reason, because the subject matter is going to be darker, because you're going to be dealing with a darker time in Bruce Wayne's life, because you got to remember, this is year 2, and that's everyone keeps talking about the emo Batman, and comparing him to Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man 3. But this is his second year. He hasn't found that balance between Bruce Wayne and Batman yet. He can't separate those, the billionaire versus the vigilante right now. So it's kind of carrying over into his psyche, where he's going to be in a darker place, because he's got to be in that darker place to do what he's doing. So I think that's the tone of the movie, is that it's going to be darker, because that's the point he is in his life right now, is everything around him is just that dark. So
and that's fine, but they don't need to cinematically, or with the photography, they don't need to make it dark to show that. There's other ways they can do it without it.
Go ahead, Corbin.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was talking to Kyle. No, but my thought process in general is like, this is what I don't get about the Dark Batman when he starts off young. In my own personal theory, I feel like after a certain amount of time, you saw the Batman Dark Knight Returns, you saw the Ben Affleck Batman. He's been through a lot of stuff. He's jaded. He's like, fuck this. I've been doing this for years. I'm between 38 and 45, whatever the case may be. It's time to either cripple him or put him down hard. Like, I get that reason. When you first start off, I'm thinking that Batman's starting off with the best of intentions. Like, he doesn't come, like, you know what I mean? He's saying he's doing this for his family, or doing this for his parents, and trying to knock crime off the street. It just doesn't seem that he comes, and I didn't like the comics when they did this.
Should be doing it with a smile on his face?
Well, no, but he's putting people.
Sorry, Mr. Bad Guy. I punched you in the face. Here's a caramel. Are we good now? When he first starts in the comic book, he's carrying a fucking gun.
He went overkill on that one dude. Like, if that was Ben Affleck Batman, I'm like, yes, that's what I want to see. Like, he's put him down. He's not wasting the time. That guy's not getting up for a while. This Batman, no, he's supposed to be making mistakes. He's curious. This guy's a ruthless.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to hit you now.
Oh my gosh, I just don't think that it meets the what I'm looking for from a young Batman. I don't know.
He carried a goddamn gun.
But you know the best way? Yeah, that was. the best way that they fixed Batman. Everyone remember Batman Mask of the Phantasm? Remember when Batman was going through his early missions? Then that was the quintessential young Batman. Like he was going through his issues, but he was starting to show signs of what he would become, and he wasn't doing none of this break your neck crap. Like he was someone who was going through the beginnings of learning the lessons that would make him. And they did that more effectively in flashback scenes of an hour-and-a-half movie than I've seen in comics or in this at least 20-second or whatever 2-minute trailer thus far. Like that is how you do it in my mind. Because it's balance.
Now, if you're saying this is being based on year 2, on the year 2 stories,
Yes.
I'm probably right now more disappointed that they're not sticking with Gotham's first vigilante being the Reaper, but instead using the Riddler to portray the first vigilante.
Maybe they might be though. They could very well could be. There's some kind of twist I think with this Riddler that you're getting because of the way he's doing things. And that whole question of why did he come? Why that whole question that Gordon poses in the trailer is, what does he want with you?
What if it's kind of dark and filmed a little bit dark, and then every time they punch him, you see, bam, pow,
No, every time
the big red screen and yellow.
it just lights up the whole room.
Oh, hey, that's nice. That's kind of good.
Like sparks in his
color.
Sparks.
Like sparks in his.
It's just an Adam West brain been planted into Robert's body.
That'd be awesome.
Wow, the decor in this room is really nice. And just go back to just kicking his ass.
Picturing this really serious, very dark, and it's very quiet, and you're really into the movie, and then the fight breaks out, and you see, pow, blam.
Fireworks start shooting out of its hands.
William Shakespeare heads. So we can get to that voice.
Exactly, William Shakespeare heads and fucking white painted mustaches.
But we did see that out of all that speculation, we are going to get a fat Colin Farrell penguin.
Fuck yeah.
So
awesome.
Fat Colin.
I didn't even recognize him.
Fat Colin.
And then you got your little, what I'm assuming is pre-Catwoman costume look.
I like that. A shout out to
Yeah.
Batman Year One shot with the Frank Miller design of like just a very loose kind of I like it.
And the normal like ski mask with the
I
ears.
didn't mind DeVito as Penguin. I just wasn't in favor of the makeup job, of how extreme Burton went with it.
Or how he was a giant slob instead of like a refined rich person.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like.
Yeah.
We definitely rewrote that character. I thought it was great to have DeVito in there because he did a good job. I mean, you kind of picture DeVito as a good Penguin, but yeah, the way they rewrote that and made him a slob instead of the true Cobblepot was kind of terrible.
I'm gonna eat fish.
No, that's not. I'm sorry. Nothing. I'm sorry.
What?
No, you didn't see nothing. If you didn't see it, I can't describe it. But my cock. Ooh, not mine. My bad.
Whoa, Corbin.
Wow.
Whoa, Corbin.
Wow.
No, nothing.
Now we're going into a dark corner of this episode.
I'm waiting for the after dark, y'all. It's after dark.
It is after dark.
Dark outside, y'all.
Let's talk a little bit about other stuff that came out of DC Fandom. What did you guys think of Suicide Squad? Excited for it after seeing the kind of behind the scenes stuff that you saw?
Who?
Suicide Squad.
More. I'm not excited for it, but I'm less pissed off about it, I guess.
Okay, why were you pissed off about it? I'm just curious.
Well, all right, not pissed off. Not pissed off, but I hated the first one so much.
I agree.
But
How many
I knew since James Gunn this one. How many what?
How many false endings to that movie could we have?
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, 3.
But so knowing that James Gunn was doing this one kind of made me a little interested in it, and seeing that featurette, I don't know. It was like it kind of didn't really push me one way or the other, I guess.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I mean, it's almost like when we got that first featurette for Guardians with Gunn. It's still too soon. I mean, it looks okay, but let's wait until we get a little closer when we get a little bit more of the beefier trailers and TV spots to see where it goes.
I have faith in James Gunn, though. But
And James Gunn we trust.
And James Gunn we trust. You know, my thing is like John Cena's character. I understand that it's a comic accurate outfit, but that helmet makes him look like a giant vibrator. He just looks like a giant
it does.
silver vibrator with that helmet on.
He does.
And my biggest pet peeve is like King Shark is in this movie. Couldn't they make him look way more menacing and way better than it looks like they just took the Flash King Shark and we're like, oh, we're just gonna use this model, save a little bit of money because it's already rendered. Let's go. You know, it just does not look.
Well, hopefully they'll fix that in the end product, but we'll see.
Depends on how much money. Depends on how much money they spend into John Cena's vibrator
helmet.
His
dickhead. Just call it what it is. He's his dickhead. But I like that they didn't over-sexualize Harley Quinn in this movie either, though. They gave her that.
I'm a little disappointed.
I'm not.
I am.
She could do with
I don't care how bad the movie is. I'll mute it and listen to music and watch Margaret Robbie tumble around like I'm.
Oh my god!
Perverted old man.
Hey, that girl is hot, dude. That girl is smoking hot.
I'm just happy I'm not the oldest one on the show.
I'm not going to argue.
Hey, you might be. I'm actually not nearly as old as you think.
All right, let's age check.
All right, so we'll start with the oldest. Let's get myself up.
Yes, let's start with the oldest because we're not trying to figure out who that is, Corbin. We're totally not trying to figure that out right now. So who's the? I bet you. At least I'm not the oldest here. I don't know. I don't look that old. I might as old as you think. Well, let's find out who the oldest is. All right, let's start by who's the oldest.
Let's start with the youngest.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm the youngest, so we could just keep that moving, right? 25.
How old?
25.
Okay, so 30s. Who's
Underway older than you.
35.
40.
Are we really talking about our age?
Kyle,
Yep.
just go with it. How old are you?
God, this sucks.
Kyle's 40. Kyle's 40.
All right.
41.
We're not talking about the age of your bourbon. We're talking about your age.
Oh my God.
Remember, it's your age, not your IQ.
Can we just end the show
I'm
now?
39 and a half.
Oh my gosh.
What did you say, Chad?
I'm 39 and a half.
You're so
Wow. See, I'm glad we did that because I would never would have found that out. I always
He's
thought.
still going into half.
45.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
45.
That's not bad.
You're 45?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
He's still
Seriously,
going into
45.
half.
Damn, I'm an old man on the show still.
Wow. Wow. And I'm older.
Yeah.
Oh.
45? Seriously?
Seriously.
He looks
But
good for his age.
I've been going gray and bald since I was 16, so it runs in the family.
Well, I just turned 50 on Monday. This past Monday.
Damn.
Oh wow, I wouldn't know that.
Congratulations.
My
That
favorite.
means you and I are the.
What's your
oldest
favorite color,
ones
Chad?
Again.
Are you kidding?
What's my favorite what?
What's your favorite color, Chad? Mine's black.
Is it?
Is it?
I thought your favorite color was whatever appeared in the toilet.
My
after you
favorite
got-
shoes are Adidas.
Nikes.
Anyways.
I prefer kangaroos and hot pink.
Oh my god, what are we doing?
All right, we really that
What's
was
this
good.
on the list?
What's
Matt,
your favorite smell?
come on, Matt, you know.
I used to ask my mom for Adidas, and she'd buy me zips. And I was like, "Yo, mom, what are you doing? You ruined my rut."
Oh my gosh.
Really?
All right, Matt, where are we going? DC
I don't know. What are we going to talk about? What's your favorite food? I don't fucking know. What's
All
your
right,
favorite food?
What'd you guys think of this? I'll fucking elephant in the room. What'd you guys think of the fucking Snyder Cut trailer?
I haven't seen it.
Yo, you haven't seen it? Kyle, get off and go watch it. It's going to make this movie worth it. We're going to come back here, looking back. We're going to look back on the Batman choice and why it was so wise. We're going to look back on this episode. And if you're wondering, this 261, and we're going to go, wow, people doubted this movie? I cannot believe it.
I don't think so. I think you can only
you
only put so many fucking coats of paint on a piece of shit and still have it's still a piece of shit.
No, the only reason
so, Matt.
The only reason why
Corbin, get new material, bro.
What material?
Trying to mock me by sitting close to the camera. Get better
I
material,
was
bro.
just scooting my chair. What are you talking
Wait.
about?
Why you
I
acting so sensitive,
I was just scooting my chair.
Shut up! I want to hear what Derek was saying.
Oh, it's Mike. So
Sorry, Mike.
So the only reason why Sin City and 300 are considered the better Zack Snyder films is because Frank Miller was right there riding his ass, making sure he didn't fuck up the material.
Okay.
Then he's given Watchmen, and Alan Moore is like, fuck you, DC, you're not getting the rest of my shows. But he actually enjoyed, from what I've heard, he actually enjoyed the Lindelof Watchmen for HBO because it was inspired by
It was a good show.
It was inspired by his work and not his stories, not his actual story. And the fact that Lindelof actually consulted him on what would you do for this, what would you do for that. Whereas Zack Snyder's Watchmen movie, while as impressive as it was, Alan Moore ripped him to shreds over it. And then, but Alan Moore's crotchety anyway, because he laid into him for what they did to League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which I agree with that as well. So
I'm with that. I can agree.
Well, you tend to get real crotchety once you hit 50.
yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I don't know. I saw that trailer and I thought I was really down on the Snyder Cut, and I thought it was a big joke and really stupid.
Yep.
And I gotta admit, I'm a little pumped for it now after that trailer. I thought it looked like they really may have done enough changes or put enough shellac on that shit that it might actually work.
But it's not even fair to call it a Snyder Cut anymore because it's not the same movie. He's redoing stuff for it. He's getting 4 hours.
Right.
4
No,
hours to do this.
Yeah, I totally agree, Matt. I totally agree.
And see, if he's going back and potentially doing some reshoots and everything else, then no, that is not a true Snyder Cut. That's him pulling a George Lucas. And this is now, instead of a Snyder Cut, it is Justice League Special Edition or Batman versus Superman Special Edition. Because he's adding material into it that was not originally shot when he shot the film.
Right. Retitle it.
For it to be a true Snyder Cut, he should only be restricted to whatever he shot while making the films. And that's what he has to work with.
To be fair, Joss Whedon is the scapegoat here. But he came in and probably did exactly what Warner Brothers exec said. We want Avengers.
Oh, sure.
We want the Avengers with the Justice League. We want we want that, and that's what you got.
Right. But we want it darker and more intense.
Yeah.
And also microwaves, because Marvel took their time to develop that. That wasn't something that just flash bang boom. They got Superman his own movie.
Right.
They shoehorned this iteration of Batman in another Batman vs Superman movie, where they also threw in all the other members of the cast that they would then use for Justice League. Like, there was no time or development. Those are these 4 years of movies between Iron Man and the Avengers on Marvel side, when you had like 2 on DC, and they were all just like 2. Wham, bam, thank you, man. Yeah, exactly. And then we're supposed to be like, oh, wow. Like, it took time to establish everyone's characters, put them together. They were getting over themselves and then the threat in Avengers, where DC was like, oh, we all here together. And, oh, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think that DC tried to do what Marvel did, but without putting in a quarter of the time and effort.
Right. And they didn't build the characters. They didn't give them a background.
But I think it's just not right to go be like, all right, we're going to give you another shot at making this movie, but we're going to give you 4 hours to do it. And then you can change all this other stuff and CGI and add stuff.
Why don't they just call it something else? Why don't they just say, hey, look, here's a whole new fucking movie. Watch this. And because, I mean, it kind of looks like it is.
See, and by calling it the Snyder Cut,
Yeah, it seems like it.
This is, at this point in time, it's not a Snyder Cut. It's a Snyder Special Edition. I mean, Snyder Cut would be a secondary director's cut, and it's him taking his vision with everything he has shot and cutting it. It'd be like the Richard Donner cut for Superman and Superman 2, where Donner kept, where his is edited based on the material he shot.
Right, that would be a cut, not a do-over.
Whereas with Snyder, he's pulling a George Lucas and adding stuff he feels should have been added after listening to all the complaints of what he screwed up to begin with.
Did you say he was pulling off George Lucas?
In the bathroom.
That's how we got this
Gotta
movie
get inspiration
made.
somewhere.
How are you gonna get this movie? How are you gonna get this movie made, Scott? I'm gonna pull off George Lucas. Watch this shit, motherfucker.
Hence how Caucasaurus was born.
Dun, 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 dun. Ow!
There it is.
Hey, we all know how Hollywood works.
That's right.
Oh, man. It just feels so dead news-wise, man.
I saw that trailer and I thought, I wonder what you guys thought, because I kind of thought, geez, I could eat my words.
I hate to admit it, but it got me interested in it.
Yeah,
I was against it, but now I'm interested.
I'm still against
I feel the same way.
I still have zero interest in it. I really do. I don't care. When did that movie come out? Like 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
God, it's been even more than that, hasn't it?
Who cares? Why do we still care? Why do we need a Snyder cut of this movie?
I'd like to see a whole new movie. A whole new one. So
a Snyder cut isn't going to fix the fact that Cyborg was a terrible actor. His acting in that movie was atrocious.
Yeah. All of this is because
right now he doesn't have anything else.
It's that vocal minority that's speaking for DC that's saying that they're going to sabotage every review and leak everything of every Marvel film opening night to jeopardize. It's those people who are been screaming from the get-go for a Snyder cut. When he first said, "Oh, there was a Snyder, I have my own cut. This isn't what Warner Brothers put out was not what I intended," and people have been in that vocal minority have been screaming for that ever since.
Yes, I agree to a point, but I'm still just like, I don't think it's gonna be worth all of it. What's everyone gonna do when you get the 4-hour cut of it and it still sucks?
If they did a 4-hour,
That's what I'm hoping.
Oh my god!
If they release the Snyder cut 4 hours of it and it's still trash, then
What am I gonna do? Awesome. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, flush it exactly, because it's gonna be terrible. I just already feel it.
But then you definitely piqued my interest.
So, what are your thoughts on how they're changing Jason Todd and Red Hood for Titans?
I think that could be interesting. I do. It definitely. I mean, I get some of the elements. I hope they're not trying to do like a half-baked concept with him, but we've seen elements of a rebellious kind of vigilante type person. I feel like his turn from the Titans was earned, from season 2. I could realistically see it. I'm not gonna lie. As low budget as Titans has felt at times, it's a really good show.
I feel like they missed the mark on this because the whole point of him becoming Red Hood is the symbolism to the Joker and him getting killed, but now you find out not killed. But
yeah, but they can't use the Joker, so I'm not. That's not a non-starter. I'm not even taking that into consideration because you're using a character.
Why even go the route of turning him to Red Hood? They should have just killed. They should have just killed him when they dropped him off the building.
I just don't. I mean, they should have, but the fans voted. Also, I don't see how you're so quick to say we need a new, darker Riddler going against every other Riddler we've ever known, but you are taking your feet, dragging on a new version of Jason Todd. It's the same basic concept.
It doesn't make sense anymore.
It doesn't make sense to make the Riddler dark. You're taking a character that's no one established with what they are, and you're changing them for the sake of changing them. In this case, Titans has a real reason. They couldn't use the Joker. So you're saying he could have been killed, and then what? They're just turning him naturally into a vigilante. Like they're basically saying, no, he was just a bad egg, and this is what he develops.
So why Red Hood then? What's the symbolism behind the Red Hood?
We'll see it when it happens. Obviously, we don't know right now. They haven't gotten there. They're going back to Gotham now for season 3. So they can develop that as they go there. Right now, we just know what's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to get there. Just like we knew that Robin would become Nightwing during season 2. We didn't know how Robin was going to become Nightwing in season 2. We just knew what happened. And they did the slow burn. They took their time. And over the season, we saw how it happened. So, I mean, all I'm saying is the Titans have shown they can do it. I give them the benefit of the doubt that they will find a way to make it work. They haven't let me down yet in that regard. I'm just saying, as far as the leap of faith, if we're going to turn characters we see now that we've known and accepted for 60 years as one character or type of character, and we're good with them being another, I don't see how we're not open to that. But I get what you mean. I'm just saying that, like, let's give it a shot. We don't know,
I think what I've liked about Titans has been they've made it its own thing, and it's just loosely based on the comics, but they're not sticking with the comics. They're not sticking with that the comic Bible of, okay, this is the way it has to be done. So it feels like there's a little DC has allowed more freedom. It's just like the same thing with Doom Patrol. They've allowed more freedom for those two shows. And they did the same thing with Stargirl too, which originally was meant to be a DC Universe show only.
I get you.
Stargirl's a great show. Definitely probably one of the strongest television shows that DC has going right now. But Titans has that very TNT-esque vibe to it, like it was originally supposed to have by going to TNT originally. It's that feel vibe, and it's carrying through. And it's just, okay, we're loosely basing, we know who the characters are. We know where they go in Titans, but we're going to do it our own way and loosely stick to the outline of how they did it in the other. And how we get there, we get there. So with Red Hood, yeah, I think with Titans, any of the decisions that we saw come out of the fandom is one of those you got to be patient and just wait for the season to drop and see how it plays out.
I think with everything, I mean, throwing some comic book stuff in it, I don't know if you guys are readers, weekly readers of comics or not, and what they're doing with the three Jokers. I think that there's more at stake for Jason Todd right now than being Red Hood and Titans. I think now is not the time for Red Hood and Titans. And if they want to keep him established as Robin, or he goes on his own way, or whatever, I just think that doing this the whole Red Hood thing, you lose that symbolism of why he became Red Hood in the first place.
My only other thought is why they're getting away from Robin is since you're resident Batman expert over there is Corbin.
Yeah.
No, let's be honest. Self-proclaimed. He's the only one that says that.
Don't listen to that. The chats know what's up. They know it's real. Okay.
Nobody knows anything, Corbin.
Michael Stout backs me up on it. Grizzle Geeks have been
there. The question is, don't we see near the end of the miniseries of Batman Year 2, Batman brings Dick Grayson on as Robin?
Wait, say it again?
Don't we see in Batman Year 2 Bruce Wayne taking Dick Grayson on as his ward, and he eventually turns into Robin near the end of that run?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why that may be something that they go with the Batman movie.
Oh, to kind of maybe definitely not after number one, you would think, right?
Maybe at the very tail end, or even if DC decides to do an end credit scene, we get introduced to Dick Grayson as Robin. Hence, why we need to get rid of Robin on Titans.
And then that show. I mean, that's possible. It is. It's a thought.
It's the only way I could think it could potentially happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like comic book creators and properties being different to spice things up, or being different to add elements of, a form of storytelling, or going off the beaten path. I just feel like sometimes, maybe when it's not fully developed.
So you want them to go off the beaten path, but not change the Riddler, because that would change it and go off the beaten path. And
I was just about to finish what I'm about to say. You're right. I was saying, when you go in ways that are bold but not matching the history that we've had. You've had some. I mean, it's almost like where, remember the Batman animated series and the Batman this and that, and then you had the Batman that made the Joker some kind of Rastafari dude and made the Riddler.
I love that.
Yeah. Like the minority liked it. You know what I mean? Like, people were kind of off-put because guess what? That's just weird. Like, it's cool. I thought the stories were interesting, even if I couldn't get past the aesthetic of, nah, this isn't how any of this is supposed to be. You know what I mean? They went different for the sake of being different. And I thought that they planned it okay. Like, it wasn't like they just made it different. Like, they went backstories and everything. But sometimes there's elements you could switch, but sometimes the core characters that you make of certain things should be that way. Then again, I say this knowing that over the comic industry, you've had for years a new take on a certain character. Before we had this dark Batman, we had Batman for years, for Neil Adams and going up. And then Frank Miller came in, and all of a sudden there was a darker take, even more darker than we had on Batman. So there's elements, there's ways it can be done. I'm just saying that we've had a lot more misses in that than we've had successes, so just tread lightly. Personally, I wouldn't at all. But in general, I would just tread lightly when doing such a dramatic reworking of a character,
But when you look at Frank Miller's Batman, the intent of his Batman is still, the intent of the Batman character, or not the intent, the embodiment of the Batman character is still there, even with the darker, crotchety old man as Batman. When Marvel decided to make Sam Jackson Nick Fury. The embodiment of Nick Fury was still there, even though you did a race change with him.
That's a good point.
The embodiment of the character was still there.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you could turn around and make Enigma Chinese, Korean, Japanese, whatever, as long as you keep the embodiment of the character the same. The embodiment of the Riddler is he was not dark. He was a little. He was meant to be a little lighter version of the Joker. And he was the one who was to test the brain of the detective to help keep the detective's brain sharp.
Yeah.
By forcing you to go to this witty side.
Okay.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron, Carbon.
Carvin or Corbin?
I said Corbin.
I heard Carvin. Chad, did you hear Carvin or Corbin? I didn't know. Maybe it's my headset.
I think it's sad that you got to try to tag team in Chad to try to bust on.
I was asking for.
You can't do it. You can't do it on your own.
Well,
you gotta ask for help. You gotta hit that hot tag.
Why is Matt assuming I'm coming for him?
You gotta hit that. You gotta hit that hot tag to Chad because Kyle's not here. You got no one to help you out.
Why? We're not attacking anyone.
Hot tag.
We're not attacking anyone, Matt. Why are you so defensive today? I scoot my chair in. You're like, you're mocking me.
Yeah, because I know you, Corbin.
I'm
on your shit, Corbin. You son of a bitch. Anyways,
I did nothing.
Did you read Three Jokers, Corbin?
Yes. Wow.
Did you read it, Chad?
I have not yet.
What about you guys, Derek or Mike? Have you guys read Three Jokers yet?
I haven't been reading.
Picked it up.
I haven't been reading any DC in the last few years.
Ooh.
The last DC stuff I read was 0 Year.
But you may be geeking.
Yeah, but I also got we be financially responsible for some stuff too, and I don't have the extra cash at the moment.
I mean, I get that too, especially now. Trust me, I'm going to my comic shop every month, and before that, I was already kind of sliding down. But I mean, I still got it. I mean, there's been I get you, but you're choosing Marvel over DC, because that I don't get.
I'm choosing Marvel over
that, Chad.
There's a lot of really good Marvel stuff being written and put out right now.
Well, disclaimer.
Yeah.
The majority, I will say 99% of my pull list at my comic book shop right now is Marvel, and it's the Marvel Star Wars product.
Also, Mike does run a Marvel podcast, so
that kind of helps.
Oh, okay. So then the history is there. Okay, I can go with that.
But
there's a lot of really good titles out there right now with Immortal Hulk, and Daredevil is hot and reads really well.
Yeah.
A lot of the whole Thor thing going on, the Venom run, the way that's all tying in. Fantastic Four and Empire now is supposed to tie into that. So there's a lot of books out there that are really leading up to a very large intergalactic.
There's a huge lot.
So
Maximum Venom verse is supposed to be one of the two big crossover events happening within the next year.
Yeah,
because Hasbro
it's starting.
Yeah, because there's a big push for Maximum Venomverse merch to be coming out this fall.
Wow, I wasn't even okay.
But again, 99% of what I'm picking up at the store is the Star Wars titles. That's where the
Star Wars.
that's where the focus of my reading is at the moment.
Can't say as I blame you.
I mean, what have you? Okay, so what? I mean, just in general, like the storylines you've been following. Like, what? I'm not into any of the Star Wars at all. So,
Okay.
might as well get a moment here as far as catching up on it.
Okay.
What's been the standing out for you? And like, where are they now? Are they doing the stuff in between Clone Wars? Or are they doing after?
Right now with the Star Wars and the Dr. Aphra titles, they are now post Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
So we're now hitting that realm. And I believe Bounty Hunters. I just finally got all my issues caught up on got all the everything current on Bounty Hunters. I believe they are also post Empire as well with it.
Did you get your number 1 second print
Of what?
Bounty Hunters?
No.
Oh man, you're missing out.
I have a first
Tell him,
print.
Chad. You explain to them that. Tell him, Chad. Get him.
Oh my God, Kyle!
Get him.
Why do I need a second printing when I've got the first printing?
Because the fucking cover is amazing.
I'm not worried about the cover.
Is it?
Yeah. That's gorgeous.
Well, yeah. What if it was a JTC cover?
Well, the man is my crack dealer, so.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. I love that cover.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick.
That may be what picking up for
the
the cover.
third Prince Django.
No, sir. Why would you get that cover when you got the first print? Don't fucking
It's a great.
now. I don't want to hear no fucking goddamn backpedaling now.
Oh,
It's a Boba. Boba's such a hot title, and that cover.
You're a hot title.
Fucking awesome.
After a lot of the conversations we've had over on Wookiee Radio, I think Boba Fett's becoming overrated in many, many ways.
Get him, Chad. Get
I
him.
don't think he's.
Get him. Sick him, Chad. Sick him.
I think he's been overrated.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it, Chad. Do it. I know you want to. I see it brewing.
There's a lot of people. It's fandom. It's a lot of fandom. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that are overrated, but
Just disappointed.
I do love me some Boba Fett. Not as much as I love Chewie, but I love Boba Fett.
But yeah, there's
Hey,
absolutely
Chewie's off.
nothing wrong with it. Chewie's great.
I think Boba Fett has become less because of what we've seen now from other Mandalorians. I think Boba Fett's become less
Oversaturated.
Maybe, yeah,
The market has been,
but I don't think.
so. I've oversaturated though with Boba. I think that's where he has slowly become overrated.
I'm trying to get Brian to take my spot so I can head over to Drunken Chat.
There's a lot. You'll always be able to sell certain entities in the Star Wars market, and Boba Fett is one of those because the fandom for Boba Fett is never going to end. You will
These guys
never
don't strike me as speculative sellers.
No, they're probably
Am I right?
But so if you have to choose between an investment and you're looking at it as an investment, not a read, not anything else, and you're looking at two covers, and you have Chewbacca and you have Boba Fett, which one is going to go up higher quicker?
Chewbacca.
Probably the Boba Fett.
Chewbacca will never go up as quick as Boba Fett. Boba Fett will overtake Chewie
Depends where you
any day
stroke
of the
your
week.
Chewie.
And I'm here to tell you, I personally will buy the Chewbacca first because of my own personal collection and what I prefer. But I promise you that Boba Fett will gain and resell better in the market than Chewie any day of the week.
If you want to go, this will blow your mind. John Tyler Christopher's action figure variant covers.
Who?
If you don't know who that is John Tyler Christopher. If you don't know who that is,
I know who it is. This is not who you said originally.
Yeah. His website exclusive Boba Fett cover or the Han Solo A New Hope figure cover. Which one's worth more money?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the market. So last I saw, I believe the Solo is.
And which
That
one
was
do you,
last I saw. I haven't looked in a long time.
which one do you think is going to sell quicker? If money was not an issue.
The other one.
Believe it or
Solo,
not,
Solo doesn't sell well.
Solo is the higher priced, and Solo you can't. When one pops up, it doesn't stick around long. Whereas the Boba Fett one sits a little longer.
That surprises me. What was the print run on it? On the Solo.
Solo had its normal print run, but the problem was that's when Marvel was doing their you got to buy so many of these other books in order to get your Solo book.
Yeah, that's why, because it's a variant. It's a more rare variant. That's the only reason.
But the JTC Boba had less than what Marvel made of the Solo. But the Solos will go off the shelf more and will move quicker and are at the higher price because apparently there's less out there because people are holding on to them.
What's up, Brian?
That Solo was severely underprinted.
Yeah.
The JTC was severely underprinted.
That's why people are buying it.
But there
if you have to choose between Han Solo or Boba Fett, people will buy Boba Fett over Solo any day of the week.
Who am I choosing? If it's Han Solo and Carbonite, I'm choosing Han Solo and Carbonite.
Sure, but I'm just talking regular Solo. We're talking about all the covers.
The JTC covers are like crack, and a lot of people collect those things like crazy, like they're going out of style because they've been buying since the beginning, and now they can't stop. Am I right?
Yep.
Oh, don't get me started.
I know. I get it.
I am one of those guys. I was very vocal when like my local comic book shop wasn't able to get them in because of some of the restrictions that Marvel was putting on those covers.
Wow. What about these ones? What about those ones? Did you get these ones? Where'd he go? Just left.
And poof, he's gone.
There you go.
You're just holding those for me, Brian.
I'm not holding. I'm holding these for the highest bidder, buddy.
I do have those.
Yeah, we got a couple
right down the cheap.
Yeah, we got two of the two out of three because there were three of the mailer boxes done.
They're badass, and those are hard to get.
And we've got two of the three.
Did you get a couple?
We got them right from the source.
Oh yeah. Larry's Comics, right? Or Wonder.
No, different source.
Oh, okay.
No,
JTC.
We got yeah.
JTC is one of our part-time co-hosts on Wookiee Radio.
Oh, nice. Wookiee Radio. I'm Brian, guys. I apologize for coming in late. I'd love to hear more. Have you guys been talking about Wookiee Radio already too much? Do I need to change the subject?
Nope, you're good. You're good.
What's Wookiee Radio about? It's obvious, right?
Wookiee Radio, we talk about xenomorphs and Cylons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking it was like a Star Trek show or something.
I was guessing Slee Stacks.
I love a good Slee stack.
Maybe Shaka and Slee Stacks.
Well,
yes.
There's the name of a podcast.
Did you guys hear?
Slee Stacks.
What do you guys think about what's going on with Celebration?
Oh, the Celebration store is a joke. What's happening right now is a joke.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
pretty
really
sad.
yeah.
The merch is overpriced. It's not looking.
It's old merch.
Now they
No,
did say that they were gonna, if you wanted to trade in your ticket, then they had a bunch of new exclusive crap that was going to come out this weekend.
It was
That
all
they
old
haven't
merch.
announced yet.
Oh,
They
okay.
haven't shown or announced it yet, or anything.
today they released on the store what the pins are. So, but the only way you can buy them is if you have a ticket. None of this goes to the general public until Monday.
Yeah. But
And
the people that had the special buy-in could buy in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If you had bought a ticket, whether you turned it in or for a refund or not, if you had originally bought a ticket, you used your tickets code to go on today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you get first crack at the merch.
So do you think Ahsoka's going to be the big trailer reveal?
There is no virtual.
Come on, they got to release something. They got to give us something.
They have to.
They have to. They can't. Not especially this COVID time. They got to get a peak. We got to get a peak.
They don't have to.
Fuck yeah, they do. Come on, we're Star Wars fans. They need to give us something.
Because we won it doesn't mean they're going to.
I really hope they give us something. I want to see something.
Technically, no, they don't have to, but if they don't, it'll be the largest advertising fuck up in Disney history, and it will hurt them.
Look at the Blizzard reveal. Look at the Blizzard reveal on Gamescom the other day. Did you guys see that? Did any of you guys see that? That shit was crazy, and everybody was going nuts because everybody's at home or sitting in front of their computer. And you're right. Like Star Wars Celebration should have some big, huge online thing like DC Fandom's doing. Why aren't they doing that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. They dropped the ball. They totally dropped it.
There is
Totally dropped it.
There is a fan run celebration happening right now, where different fans are doing it on their own. I haven't watched any of it yet, so I couldn't tell you how it's going. But
I'm sure it's not really worth it.
Yeah, I didn't even hear about it. This is the first I've heard about it.
They've been promoting it for a while, and I originally signed up to possibly have Wookiee Radio be a part of it, interest-wise. And then, like, after seeing what was going on with it, I'm like, yeah.
So you said you guys are friends with JTC. Can you ask him if this was the very first negative variant or negative cover he ever did?
That's for Witchblade.
Yeah, Witchblade 161. He did. This one is the regular cover, and this is the variant. But you can see the regular cover is like a negative variant.
How long ago did it come out?
Oh, years ago. Years ago.
It may be, because I know he hasn't done many of those.
I think it is. I haven't confirmed it yet, but I'm pretty sure it is. Let me see when it came out.
If you email him at, I think it's info@johntylerchristopher.com, he may respond. He should respond back.
October 31st, 2012.
Chances are it probably is.
Wow.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Probably is.
I love shit like that. I'm a big creator fan. I want to find out what his very first professional work was. I wonder what that was.
That's a good question. We'll have to ask him next time I see him.
You have so much of that obscure stuff, that obscure firsts in a magazine or a book, or like you're so good at that.
You guys want to go over the hot 10 real quick?
Yeah.
All right, let's go over the hot 10 real quick. Well, I'll do it quick tonight. Let's see here. Let's go. Hot 10. Bada bing. All right. Share my screen here. All right, so we've got Golden Age book of the week is My Friend Irma. This is the honorable mention number 2. This is definitely a rare book, as there are only 4 in the census. The highest copy, an 8.5, sold this week for almost $1,300. No sales to really compare due to the low number of copies available, but it's got the infamous red girl in a red dress cover. Golden Age stuff is selling. It's getting crazy out there. It's nuts right now. Let's see here.
It's a crazy cover.
It is. Honorable mention number 2 is Cartoon Network starring number 1, which is the first appearance of the Powerpuff Girls. And supposedly there's a live action announcement coming. And this shot up from $5 to $10 to $40 to $50. Raws are selling about $50. This is super nostalgia driven. I mean, kids from the 90s are now making a little money and spending a little bit of money. And it's causing these books to really shoot up. I'm sure, Matt, don't you have a younger sister? She was probably super into Powerpuff Girls, or was that before her time?
It's a little before her.
Yeah. Shout out to Bird City.
Freaking awesome. I love Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
That's another Gendy that did the Clone Wars, the first run of Clone Wars, and Dexter and all that wonderful awesomeness. Samurai Jack.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Number 10 this week is a gorgeous homage from Canto number 2. I knew you'd love this one, Kyle. This is one book that I might have to go out and buy. This just came out. This is the 1 in 10 retailer incentive variant by Ben Bishop. $25 out the gate. And it's just a Sweet Turtles homage. And Canto number 2 is starting. This is Canto 2, number 1, the 1 in 10. Beautiful, beautiful book. I mean, Kyle, you would buy that, right?
Oh man, I've been seeing it start to pop up like in the chats and on websites, and I'm like, oh man. Even today, I was looking at it. I was like, fuck, I need to find that book. Yes.
You guys into turtles at all?
Love the turtles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I ordered some for the store, and I don't know that we got them. I think we got shorted, and we didn't get any of them.
Ooh.
If there's one, I'll pull it for you, Kyle.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get mine either. So
Sweet book. Canto's a great story, too. Number 9, Birds of Prey from 2003, number 56. This is the great Oracle, the Black Canary cover. Oracle versus Black Canary cover, but that's not why this is hot. This is hot because of the Suicide Squad stuff. I guess the character in this is Savant. First appearance of Savant being played by Michael Rooker, and it actually looked in the DC Fandom stuff like that could be a good character that will actually live longer than 20 minutes in the movie. So this might be something that might be worth specking on.
Man, those were dollar bins everywhere.
Yes. What did everybody see the Suicide Squad trailers?
yes.
I believe we talked about that, Matt, before.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it just looks like 90% of those guys are dying in the first half of the movie. So I'm really hesitant to spec on any more Suicide Squad shit. Back when me and Kyle were doing it, and we spec'd on people like Slipknot, and he died in the first 5 minutes, and just throw those books away.
Well, and side note, I am an idiot savant minus the savant.
I knew that. On to number 8 this week. Of course, the Batman trailer was one of the baddest things I've seen in a long time, and it's only 30% done. That's fucking amazing. It means it's hopefully going to be badass if they haven't ruined it yet. And it looks good already at 30%. And the little Owls teaser, Court of Owls teaser, and the video game has shot the Court of Owls stuff into the spec game again. And I'm over here going, oh, yes. So number 8 is
pull the doubles out.
Yeah, number 8 is not only Batman 4, but also Batman 6. Batman 4 is where they first fully kind of appear. And then they're not in 5, and then they show up again, like most of the book, I think, in number 6. Mm-hmm. But Yeah, $40 to $50 on number 6 and $20 to $30 on number 4, I think, or if not more. There are combo pack variants, and there's a second printing variant where the background is red, and that book is selling for like $80, $90 raw. Oh. Yeah. Jeez. I mean, there's an RRP for this too that was selling for like less than $100 a couple months ago, and like I'm an idiot. I didn't.
Well, there's nothing to make you think that we were going to need to buy any Court of Owls stuff.
Are you kidding me? I was so 100% think I would have bet my mortgage payment that the Court of Owls was going to be the movie 6 months ago. You know what I mean? Before we heard that it was going to be Long Halloween shit, I would have bet my mortgage payment that it was going to be Court of Owls.
I remember we talked about hoping that it was, and it making, you know what, knowing that would make a killer Batman movie, and it's a great story, and I know we had agreed on this.
Yeah. I just, you only see them at the end. They're like a little teaser in the game, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Court of Owls, anything Court of Owls is going crazy right now. Number 7, Something is Killing the Children. Number 1, this is like $100 book, I think, raw right now. There's a beautiful Jenny Frison variant for this. That there's a couple foil variants too that are really cool. I think I've showed them before. Yeah, here's Image just going crazy, you know. It is what it is. Yeah. Boom Studios. Yeah, Boom Studios doing good shit. And yeah, people love this book right now. Number 6, Ice Cream Man. Number 1, This is crazy. This book is selling for $200 raw.
Jesus, are you kidding me?
I'm pissed. It's one of those books I passed on.
If you open it, does it play the new ice cream?
This book, it would be awesome if it did. That would be creepy as shit. But how many of you see this cover, and when you see it, you think of the old school ice cream cone that had a foam top when you were a kid, and it had like a string to it, and you could push a button and it would shoot it, and you would go up to people and go, "Smell my ice cream," and you'd just pop them in the nose with it.
Right. Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought that was.
No, and now isn't there a variant of this one where he's got the Corona mask?
Yeah, there's lots of variants. There's a Trump variant for number 2 that's selling well. Isn't this the one? Which is the one that had the Dr. Seuss variant? Wasn't it Ice Cream Man number 3, second printing?
No, it was the latest issue of Ice Cream Man.
Okay.
Number like 6 or 7. I think it was.
No, they're up. They're like 19. They're up there more.
Okay. All right. Yeah, craziness. So yeah, $200 raw. Wow. Here's the book that went crazy this week, and everybody shit their pants over and got all butthurt about a bunch of craziness. And online, there was an online retailer that got completely fucked. I don't know the retailer's previous business. I don't know if he does these things on the reg. But what happened at one online retailer is after final order cutoff, he didn't realize that he had a duplicate code in the system. So people that had the app could go in after final order cutoff, weeks after final order cutoff, and buy as many copies as they wanted for like $2. And everybody knew that this cover was going to be a high dollar cover right out the gate. So people were buying like, I think they sold like 400 copies after FOC because they didn't know the code was in their system. That sucks. Everybody makes mistakes. If that was an honest to God mistake, that sucks. And people went crazy. But I guess I don't know what happened with the money situation, if they held the money and didn't give them their money back or what happened. But yeah, they went crazy on this retailer seller. And then the guy who admittedly wasn't good at customer service said, "I'm going to get on Facebook Live and talk for 2 hours to everybody in the chat." And he just made it worse. I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, he did. He should have just said sorry and sent them their money and like, "Hey, that was our bad. It shouldn't have happened." And instead, he started arguing with everyone, and it was downhill.
So, are you talking about a retailer incentive?
No. So, one of the big online retailers, you've ordered from them before. I'll say their name. I mean, everybody knows who they are. It's Unknown Comics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I feel bad for the guy because if it was a mistake, it's a mistake. I've obviously bought from them in the past because they have some beautiful covers and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know about their reputation. I don't know if they have a good reputation, a bad reputation, if they fix mistakes or not. The key is if they how they do their business in the future. If this doesn't happen again, then it was a mistake, and cut the guy a break.
So this is like the B cover, right?
Yeah, this is B cover to 309. Right out the gate, $30 it was selling for. Yeah, and it's not a variant; it's just a B cover.
Oh, so he thought he could buy more copies, and he
no
oversold?
people no. So there was, because of COVID. This is what he's saying. The comic companies keep screwing up, and I guess the comic companies sent. And I'm not sure about this, you guys. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm just pissing in the wind. Comic companies, I believe, send you the codes every, like for the next, so people, you can put them in your system and sell them to all your online people. And the code for this book they sent out again accidentally, and the online and Unknown Comics didn't catch it, so it was still on their app after.
Oh, so you could just keep buying it.
You could just keep buying them, and people were buying 50 at a time.
Yeah.
And after final order cutoff, you can't order anymore.
Yeah.
And then, so people got butthurt and said, "Oh, you shouldn't have had it." And the guy's like, "It was a mistake. I didn't know it was there." So, that's just the way I saw it.
If it's not it's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Yeah,
right? I'm sure.
Yeah, you're totally right, and people should have known that. FOC is FOC. It was a mistake. So
we all know that.
Yeah. So. I don't know. Again, if the guy has a reputation for that, then give him shit. If he doesn't, though, it's just a mistake. Listen, we all make mistakes. We're adults here. Don't be an asshole. Number 4 this week, more DC Fandom stuff. So many people called this one wrong. Everybody thought it was Bronze Tiger. I remember at the beginning, we all thought he was playing Deadshot, and we just thought he was taking over for Will Smith. And so many people thought it was Bronze Tiger, and man, they were so sure of it, as sure as I was that it was going to be Quarter Owls in the new Batman movie. Man, everybody spec'd on Bronze Tiger, and look, guess what? It's not Bronze Tiger. It's Bloodsport. Bloodsport. This book is super printed. This is the John Byrne run from Superman number 4. A ton of these books out there, but this book right now is selling for $30. So on the secondary market, $30 if you got it. Spider-Man Noir.
Now, when every time I hear someone talk about Bloodsport, all I can think of is Van Damme and that movie,
and the fucking sand in the eyes,
and he's walking down there, and the guy's like, "Damn, dudes, it's about fucking time," or like, where you want to go tonight? You want to go to the Pink Pussy or the King Can Club? That movie was great. Damn, dudes, it's about fucking time.
Number 3 is Spider-Man Noir. This is the variant that dropped this week. This is the 1 in 25, selling for like $60, $70. Just a beautiful cover. That's why this book is selling, because of the cover. Gorgeous cover. This is the Patrick O'Keefe 1 in 25 variant. Just gorgeous black and white art. I like it. Number 2. This is a fun one to have back on the list. I like the Static character. You guys know my love for issue number 40, the Lost Boys cover that I stupidly sold a while ago, and thinking I would find another one. I still can't find them. Why this character isn't on the big screen, I don't know. This is a great character. Will Smith's son really should have played this character. This character should. We spec'd on this a lot of people spec'd on this, but. Right now it's selling. I mean, the platinum one I think is selling for like a couple hundred, and the regular one I think is like $40 to $50 raw. This is the platinum one. This is the one you want. But the other one, which is a blue cover, I believe, is the $40 to $50 regular cover. So, yeah, Static, number 1, Milestone Comics. Number 1 this week is Amadeus Cho's first appearance, Amazing Fantasy number 15, the second volume. Don't know why. Nobody can figure out like why this character is getting hot all of a sudden, but everything is getting hot with him. I don't know. Has anybody else heard anything about this character in some type of big screen thing? Or?
There's been some speculation that he may be part of a new Young Avengers initiative that they're going with, possibly in Phase 5. But maybe a part of the Miss Marvel Kamala Khan series coming to Disney Plus. With them,
I can see that.
focusing on a young Avengers.
Yeah, well, Young Avengers, that book's the $100, $200 book right now. I mean, it's crazy what that book is doing, and there's the really not very, very good characters in that book other than Kate Bishop, in my opinion. But who knows? Kids, man, there's these kids, young kids out there are going crazy over these younger characters. Miles, Gwen, Kamala Khan. I mean, everything's going crazy. Ahsoka, Sabine. It's all getting younger. Miles is like
Riri.
the next big thing. So I actually got something cool to show you guys here in a second. But anyways, this is the #1 book this week. This book right now, guess how much this book is selling for, Raw?
Probably like $200.
Give a guess. Chad, you got a guess?
I just got Darth Maul.
$400 raw.
Jesus.
Oh.
Wait. Did you just ask everyone to guess how much it's selling for? And Chad says Darth Maul.
Yes.
Yes.
I did.
$400 raw. This is a $1,000 9.8. A 9.8 copy sold for more than $1,000. A 9.2 copy sold for $300. It's crazy. This book, it was a $400 9.8 a couple weeks ago, and it's like $1,000 plus in 9.8 right now. So if you can find this book, I remember we had a bunch of these books. I sold them all. What's that?
I really don't think Amadeus show is worth that much.
I agree.
Why?
Yeah. It's crazy. Listen, the spec market is fucking bonkers.
Yes.
It's bonkers. Comics
all
are
over the
selling,
place right now.
comics are selling for more, and more are selling than they ever have.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's online. It's being with the right book at the right time. It's watching your eBay. It's watching your online sales. It's watching it. I mean, Jesus, I'm gonna get into Gold Age because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
It really is right now.
Make me look at my collection.
Well, I sure as the hell can't buy a Venom #3.
Yeah, that's what is that, like a $8,000 book? That third printing is like an $8,000
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah. A newsstand copy of Ultimate Fallout 4 sold for like $9,000. Yeah,
Whoa.
It's just getting out of control, which is cool, man. Finally, it's catching up, and I guess, and to newer stuff, and I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, we'll see.
Help me rebuild a car.
Yeah.
Well, I got to thank the spec market a little bit.
Yeah. Amen.
Yes, you
I
do.
find that's my whole entire rebuild.
Yeah. Lucille is looking good.
Put
That's
the
awesome.
carpets and the seats in this weekend.
Well, I hate to say it from our end, but we kind of got to jump because it's nearing 1 o'clock in the morning here.
Thanks for hanging with us, guys.
Yeah,
we really
thanks.
appreciate it.
Yeah, do you wanna
having-
tell everyone where they can catch you guys, and then we'll let you go.
Derek, why don't you start off with your stuff first?
You would do that to me, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would.
All right. Well, basically, you can follow me on Twitter at NESO Geek, and that's my main Twitter. And you can also follow me on Instagram. And I am I got a couple there, but we'll go with From the Mind of Derek. That's one of my main ones. And also Keepers of the Fringe, one of my podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, you can find Derek and I as well on Weeby Geeks and Wookiee Radio with our third co-host there, Ken. You can find Weeby Geeks at Weeby Geeks on Twitter and Instagram. Wookiee Radio as at Wookiee Radio, Instagram and Twitter. At Marvel Geeks on Twitter and Mighty Marvel Geeks on Instagram. And of course, take each one of the shows, combine it all into one word, .net for the website. So weebiegeeks.net, mightymarvelgeeks.net, and wookieradio.net.
Very cool. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. You guys have a good night, and we'll catch you on down the road.
You got it. Thanks again, guys, for having us on.
No problem. Thanks for hanging out. Let's get Corbin back in here. All right.
All right. I want to show you guys something crazy real quick.
All right, let's have some fun now.
All right. So this shit right here is fucking bonkers. This shit is how crazy computers have gotten. This shit is super, super sexy. This is a 3D model, right? Of no, Monica Bellucci. Monica Bellucci, an actress. Watch this shit, dude. This shit's nut.
Wait, that's a.
Yeah, that's a fucking 3D model, dude. Watch when I get to the end, to the middle here. Watch this.
No way.
3D model. It's all done on a Photoshop type program.
Ooh, she's got hair on her nose.
Watch how sexy this shit gets, dude.
They go down? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. This shit gets badass.
She needs a shave. She needs a shave. Holy fuck. Do we get to see
that shit looks amazing, dude. You can change the way the light reacts.
Contrast.
Yeah.
I don't know how that cigarette's stay hanging in her mouth. It must be stuck to her lip, dude. Like, you know, when you'd smoke and your lip dried, it would just hang there.
I hated it worse when you would go to try to pull a cigarette away and it wouldn't pull away, and you would move your fingers down the cigarette and hit the cherry. Look at how crazy that is.
That's crazy.
Look at this, though. Watch this.
Boobies.
Let me find this.
Into the
Oh, let me find it.
hair, not neck hair, nose hair. Are they gonna show a pimple?
All right, here, hold on. Oh, they're not showing it for some reason. Hold on. Watch this. So this dude's name's Hossein Diba. He's got all these crazy things, right? Look at this, dude. This is his version of Spider-Gwen.
I like her butt.
She thick, boy.
Yeah.
She thick as
Working
fuck,
out
boy.
those glutes. Work those glutes.
Spider-Gwen be thick as fuck, boy.
A little bit.
Oh, snap. Bubblicious.
I know. Bootylicious. Rewind it a little bit, Brian.
Yeah. So, wow.
No. Look at that dude there, Billy.
Comic, too.
She has like a
Chad's fucking flexing in the background.
right when they turn her, it looks like she has a cod piece.
Yeah, she probably does.
Right there, cod piece.
Look at her face. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Her face is kind of busted.
She's a young girl, man. Like, what, 20 years old? 19?
She's burnt, Brian. Fucking burnt, Brian.
But look how real that shit looks. I mean, her eyes are big. He made her eyes big on purpose, but everything else looks super real.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know,
So it's like Billie Eilish.
the realm of spiders, they tend to have those bigger eyes. It fits the mask.
Yeah. Watch this shit. Watch the Mo. He did a Mo from Simpsons.
Oh, that's going to be terrifying.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's terrifying.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Whoa.
Pure nightmare fuel.
Poor Mo.
Looks like fucking Cosmo Kramer got some fucking lip injections.
Stupid camera distortion. I'm gonna.
I ain't pleasant to look at.
Just a second. This is gonna be great. Yeah, Mo, listen to Homer.
Oh, dude.
That's kind of sick, though.
It is cool.
Fucking awesome.
Got that beak of an upper lip, though. I don't know. Would you trust that man serving you beers at a bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would trust any man serving me beers at a bar. So this guy does a lot of shit. One thing I wanted to show you that I didn't get to show you in the other video was the Monica Bellucci one. But hold on, let me find it. All right, here we go. Watch this shit. This shit is super sexy.
The legs and don't stop.
Look how fucking real that looks.
Oh,
Yeah, it does.
I've never seen a lady that personal before, so. Maybe it's not.
You're making me wonder if you've ever seen a lady like that at all, Corbin.
Never seen a lady that personal.
Fucking virgin.
That shit's sexy as fuck, man.
Yeah, it's pure fantasy to me.
Why aren't they making porn like this?
Good time.
No. 3D models.
It's easier to just film myself.
Reality porn to come.
Yep.
Michael Stott says, I keep hearing the theme from Weird Science.
Yeah, this is a dream. Wow.
Shit's crazy, man.
It's a dream come
Shit's
true.
nuts.
Crazy.
I think she's really
Michael.
hot.
She has beautiful eyes.
She really does.
I want a cigarette.
I know.
I want her a cigarette.
That shit's crazy, huh? That shit's
Definitely.
nuts. I love shit like that. I love seeing shit that makes you just go, holy shit, that is badass. I found a new band like that.
I'm imagining.
What band?
I'll show you. Hold on.
Oh shit.
Wow, that was crazy. That's awesome.
For real. I'm very salty. I mean, very impressed.
Salty.
I'm salty also, Corbin.
Oh, man. I feel it, man. It's true.
All right, this is the band. They're called Polyphia. Hold on. watch this shit.
Don't play anything on. Because we don't
Oh,
have
I
the
can't
rights
play
to it.
anything. Yeah. Kyle, go check them out. Look up Polyphia and Goat.
Just
It's
wait till the
POA.
show is over and then you can.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Over, dude. It's way
So what's
over.
going on, gents?
It is over. I want to have a quick discussion here because I didn't want to do it with them on here because they didn't read the book, but I want to know what Corbin thinks of Three Jokers.
I didn't read it either.
I did, and I think, I don't know, I thought it was a bold new direction. It's one of the better comics I've read in a minute. Remember we talked about going in that bold direction, Matt, about taking the characters in ways that they probably shouldn't be taken. We referenced this in our first conversation, but reading it only put a further stamp on it. It really seems like DC's taking a significant shift. Maybe in a darker direction, definitely concerning Jason Todd / Red Hood.
Well, as long as the panels aren't dark, we should be all right.
Well, it's apparent. Like the story is basically it's a one-night crime spree. It's three individuals. It's apparently supposed to be posing or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to spoil for anyone. I'm a lot worse on spoilers than Matt is. Matt does a good job. He did a great job of like breaking it down. I would spill it, but it's not subtle. It's out there. You know, you get it from the jump. But what I like about it is that you can kind of pick it up and just start, at least for the first one, and just have a basic understanding of the traumatic events that Batgirl and Jason Todd and Batman himself. I actually like those first couple of pages, kind of detailing the damage that Batman has taken over the years to the Joker. That's not something I normally think about. But basically, you can pick up the book and just kind of get right in on it and the nuance that you kind of see as you get deeper in. Because for Batman, Batgirl, and Red Hood, these crimes that are happening through their mysteries, but for the audience, you have some backing of it. You know what I mean? And you can see that the Joker is someone who he's almost like, I don't know if he's the right word, omniscient, where he's there in each different time span, but he's like the same essence of the character even though I think that Jason Todd and Batgirl crimes are so close together. It's
Do you
three
think this
different
is
Jokers
taking
across
DC to a different direction?
Huh?
So
What you're saying?
I
It's
think
like, yeah,
these
three
two
different directions, but
books,
it's really all the same.
these two books that came out this week,
Mhm.
Three Jokers and I Was Robin, are going to change the direction of the DC universe in
How so?
comics
What
moving
makes you
forward.
think that?
I agree.
Because the whole premise of Three
They change
Jokers.
comics.
No. So the whole premise of Three Jokers is that you have the clown, the criminal, and the comedian. So there's three Jokers from three different eras. You have the Joker from where Batman originally started. You have the Joker that killed Jason Todd, and you have the Joker the Killing Joke Joker that shoots Barbara Gordon. So in this book, Three Jokers in this book, you pretty much find out, and I'm just going to spoil it. You find out that the Joker's whole plan is that they're kidnapping homeless people, mentally ill people, and turning them into Jokers to try and to make the perfect Joker. And in this one, they confront.
Stupid.
Hold on, they confront the Joker that kills Jason Todd, and you find out that he didn't kill Jason Todd. Jason Todd didn't actually die. He wasn't actually
Of
dead.
course he didn't die. We all know that. It was Red Hood.
But here's the twist.
So
Sure, you're on that.
the twist is you find out
Fans.
that Jason begged for his life before Joker killed him. And he even offered to become the Joker's Robin. So therefore, when he comes back, he takes on the identity of Red Hood. And at the end of this book, he does what Batman never does. And Jason Todd shoots that Joker in the head. He kills the Joker.
Stupid.
So that tells me that DC is moving in the direction
In a different direction.
of turning Jason Todd into the Joker. He is going to be the perfect Joker. I have a feeling by the end of this book. So that's my theory, is that by the end of this Three Jokers, Jason Todd becomes the new Joker.
God, I'm glad I'm getting my Red Hoods fucking graded. Sell those fuckers before that shit happens.
And then Teen Titans, I Was Robin, sees Damian Wayne walk away from the mantle of Robin.
Yep.
He walks away from his dad. He walks away from the mantle of Robin. He walks away from all the bullshit because basically
He becomes Daywing.
well, we don't. But he's gonna get a new identity.
I can't with you, Kyle.
Kyle's being stupid.
Right
Dave.
now.
Are you Daywing? No, I'm Afternoon Feathers.
Are you kidding me?
He's gonna be Daywing.
Y'all are a mess.
That's dumb. That's the dumbest thing they could do. They fucked up so bad by what they did with John Kent and aging him, and then not by having Damian should be Damian. He's the best character in DC.
Daywing. He's so awesome.
I hate to see him fuck up Damian, man, because
They didn't fuck up Damian. He killed somebody, and the Teen Titans are flipping on him because they're all afraid of him. And Batman tries to say there's not going to be any more Teen Titans. And Damian basically says, fuck you, I'm in charge. This is my goddamn team. And Batman's like trying to put the kibosh on it. And Damian said, and they all kept saying, you're Robin, you're not supposed to do this. And Damian said he was going to kill Slade because they were supposed to kill Slade and he's not dead. And Slade tried to kill them. And Damian basically said, fuck you, I don't want to be Robin anymore. Punches Batman in the face, rips the R off his chest, and rocks out.
How old is Damian in the comics?
Rocks out with his cocks out.
Yep, rocks out with his
14,
Damian cocks out.
15 maybe?
Yeah, he's in his teens.
14? 13?
Something around there, yeah.
Around 13? Yeah, you think a 13-year-old's going to punch Batman in the face? Did he actually hit him?
He fucking did it.
League of Assassins and Ra's al Ghul. He's not a normal 13-year-old.
Yeah, but he's not going to fucking do that to Batman, dude.
I mean,
Listen, I get it. He's a fucking trained assassin, but he's not gonna fucking punch his dad.
I think he cold cocks him. You think his dad's waiting for it to be fucking hit?
Yeah, it's not like his dad was like, "Oh, come on, hit me." He just went and did it. Like anyone could just come punch me in the face. Well, not without getting. Anyway, the point being, it could happen. You know, I don't know. I get what you're saying. The direction. I'm not saying the direction's a good direction. I'm saying that they're actually going like a bold, different direction. You know, it's not 5G. It's just not what it was. Like the status quo.
I think Jason Hood potentially becoming the new Joker opens up so many possibilities.
So I can't speak to that.
Jason Hood.
So I think him becoming the new the perfect Joker, is going to open up so many possibilities moving forward. He's the perfect Joker. He becomes the perfect counterpart to Batman.
Yeah, including conscious. This is gonna be this episode, man. For an episode that it was as weird as it was, there's a lot of stuff we've made, like different pronouncements, and this is how it's gonna be. This will be good to look back on in like a couple months time.
No, it won't. Never look back on it. Never look back on it. It's done.
Listen. I'm talking about the future plans we made in it. We talked about what we thought Batman will be, that sort of thing. Like, yeah, we're not gonna talk about the show. I'm just saying, in like, okay, forget it. You're right. We won't.
I don't know. I feel like DC is so lost right now, man.
But speaking of that, did you see that John Boyega wants to? He's petitioning to play Red Hood in a movie.
I don't. Oh, is that the guy from Star Wars?
Yeah.
John Boyega.
I don't think he should.
Yeah, he played Finn in Star Wars.
I don't think he should be the Red Hood.
He wants to play who?
He wants to play Red Hood. Jason Todd. In the movies.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
He's just too black.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Wow, that's your reasoning, huh, Corbin?
No, my actual reasoning is like I just don't see it.
I don't want to be Red Hood because he's impossibly black.
What's his name from Supernatural? The guy who actually played Red Hood in the animated movie, I think will make a great Red Hood in Jensen Ackles or whatever.
Aren't they doing Red Hood on Titans next
They
season?
are.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, they're doing it with that one kid, but I'm saying like when I think of a Jay,
terrible.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like I think that
listen who's changing his tune now. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, like, the actor is terrible.
The actor is terrible. Yeah.
Again, Matt, you're coming from me when there's no shot.
Bringing in Red Hood is a terrible idea.
I've been so defensive. I scooted my chair in earlier.
No, fuck you, Corbin.
I asked
Shut up.
I was looking.
We
for that.
all know, Corbin. You're not fooling anyone.
What are you talking about? I've been nothing but kind to
Whatever, Corbin.
Did you get any Craven stuff signed or Clayton Crane stuff signed, Corbin?
I did not. I wasn't able to make it out.
I didn't either.
I'm mad about it. But dude, it's been a week. The plan was to get out, and I was out earlier, and then just wasn't able to make my way out.
Fuck does a signing at noon on a Wednesday?
I mean, it was close.
They capped the line at 4:00.
Yeah, there was like 5 or 6 people at the end of the line, and they were like, "Nope, we're done. You got to go." And they were like, "Fucking what? For real?" Wow. And they were like, "Yeah, it's done. It's over. See ya."
Yeah, I would have lost it if I was waiting there long.
Clayton, oh, dude, people waited fucking forever.
So with that being said, maybe it was a skipping idea.
And Clayton Crane showed up 30 minutes late.
Wow.
And then started setting up.
Damn.
And they still didn't let everyone who waited and got there on time. They basically owe them the breaks.
Yep.
Nah, forget that. That's fucked up.
Yeah, he got up and he was just like, I'm out. But they were supposed to get tickets and do all this other shit and do it. I guess it was just not set up well, and they had a lot of trouble from the people that I know that went.
I don't know anybody that went to it. It was just, it was too far, and I knew the line was going to be long, and it didn't find it worth it enough to stand in line for it.
The fucking prices were astronomical, stupid.
What were the prices?
So you couldn't even get CGC fucking authentication fucking cards.
Well, yeah, because it's CBC dudes there, CBCS dudes.
Right. So you could send it to CGC and they right there at the place. And they would grade it and slab it and everything. You know, you wouldn't get it right there, but they'd send it off for you because there was a CGC person there to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just take and mail it. Fucking $90 just for that. And that doesn't include signature. That doesn't include anything else. That was just yellow label or gold label or whatever the fuck you want to call it. CGC. So then there was CBCS that was there, and you could pay $75 and they'd send it off.
That's including the signature?
No. That's just to send it off and have it graded and slapped. So, and authenticated, you know, because, yeah, that was just witness and slabbing and sending it off and shit, you know, grading and shit. So that's not pressing, that's not cleaning, that's not any of that. So then Infinity signatures were like multicolored were like $15, and then like when I tried to I messaged them on Facebook and they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a CGC guy here and it's only $10 for the card. Well, then my guys got there and him and his wife were like asking everybody. Not the case. They were like, nope, we're not having anybody sign a card. We're not having any witnesses. None of that. So you only got one card. Dude, it was... Yeah, I'm sure people did great and had a good time and everyone got to meet Clayton and all that. But from what I understand, it was not a very pleasurable experience for a lot of people.
Crazy.
Everyone showed up and stood in line and got ready, right? So then the Scorpion Comics showed up with 2 short boxes full of Clayton Crane books and set them down. And everyone was like, fuck 2. We've been standing here for like 2.5, 3 hours already, and you think you're going to get in the front of the line with 2 short boxes and have fucking Clayton Crane sign these? Get out of here.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you're
shit.
crazy.
It's super shitty, bro.
And so that didn't end up happening or went a different way. And it was just, I guess there was a lot of like troubles and behind the scene problems. And
so it was Signature Series. Yeah, CBC Yellow grading through Collector's Choice, $75.
Yep. Isn't that crazy? And that's not including signature. That's not including the ticket to fucking sit and wait in line at a certain time. That's not including, you know, any
it
of
was $75 with the signature.
Oh, is that with signature?
75 graded signature with CBCS Yellow grading.
Because see, they changed. That was another big problem that they had, is that they changed pricing on stuff like 3 or 4 times. So Clayton Crane, they tried to charge extra for Clayton Crane's signature. So at one point they were like, oh no, it's $20 or $35 if you want the Infinity signature. And Clayton was like, no, it's not. Like, this is what I charge. You don't get to add another 15 on top of what I charge to make your bank off of what I do.
Well, that's cool that he said that.
That's not how that's going to work.
He said that?
So, supposedly, that's what I heard. Now, that's all secondhand or third
I mean,
or
if he
fourth
said
hand.
something like that, that's shout out to him because that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Because at one point, they were like, oh, no, if you want the Infinity signature, it's going to be $35 and blah, blah, blah. And then prices ended up changing again. There was a lot of confusion on pricing and prices and what you could and couldn't get and where it was and wasn't going to go, how you were or were not. I mean, I sat on Facebook Messenger with the shop and directly talking to them. Hey, is there going to be a guy there from CGC to authenticate? How much is it? Oh yeah, we got a guy here. It's $10 and you'll get your card and then you can yourself send it in later or do whatever, yada, yada. And I was like, okay, sweet, that's perfect, because I want to flip these books. I don't want to, do whatever. Otherwise, it was $90 to send it off. Well, then I don't see my books for another 2 months, and on top of that,
you can't flip
there's
them.
no pressing, there's no cleaning, there's no anything. It was just $90 for a signature and getting sent off. And it's like, well, okay, I know this book has to be pressed, and it was my fault 100%. I will wholeheartedly admit I fucked up and put a crease in the cover. And so I know it's a pressable defect, but without being able to get that back and press it and try and clean it and get it done right and then send it off, why the fuck would I spend $90 to get an 8.0 or a 9? It was
So I think the dude that brought Clayton Crane, because Clayton Crane is friends with one of the guys of the auctions that I watch. And I think this guy he's going on the road trip with this dude and his wife and their kid, and they're taking him on the Clayton Crane comic book tour.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that dude was the CGC rep.
That could be. Because I know that they had a crap ton of CBCS people there, or at the shop, or
so the
someone
dude
at the
that
shop
owns
part
Monster
owner?
Comics, half owns Monster Comics, is a CBCS rep.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so that kind of makes that whole thing. And honestly, I mean, if it was PC, I'd go CBCS anyway, because I like their new slabs. I like there's no Newton rings. I like that they're vented. I like, I like a lot of their new stuff. But if I want to flip it, I'm stuck going CGC. So I don't know. It is what it is. Fucking market.
It can't be what it's not.
Fuck speculators.
I'm with it. So I make some money.
Yeah. So speaking of speculation, did you guys talk about the Thor 6?
Nope.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Oh, I guess I got an update on that. I got a call from a comic book store today.
Did you talk to them, or were they leave a message, or what?
So yeah, the phone rang and I didn't know the number. I don't know why I answered it, because I usually don't answer phone numbers that I'm not sure. But I guess it was familiar enough that I was like, oh, I guess I'll pick it up. So it was my local comic shop, and they were like, hey, we're just letting you know that we ended up being able to get you a Thor 6. So we got it in your box. And I was like, oh, thanks a lot. All right, cool. But I went and bought some off of eBay.
It's funny because I went and got some for you too.
Wow.
Oh, sweet. I'll pick those up from you. But I bought and I ended up buying the second print off of eBay because it was so fucking cool looking. I pre-ordered the second print, but no, the second print has the splash cover of the last page.
Oh,
Thanos.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanos holding Thor's hammer with the Infinity Stones in it.
Okay, so did you guys talk, or you didn't talk? Nothing. What?
No, all they said was, "Hey, we got your Thor. We ended up getting you a copy of Thor 6, so it's in your box."
Are they going to get you the other books?
Didn't even talk about anything, but it was pretty much just that, and they were like, "Okay, bye."
Well, at least they reached out and tried to fix something. We'll see what happens. I mean, at least they tried to do that. The whole point of it is now is to see how they handle things in the future. Like,
yeah, it's cool that somehow they came up with some more covers. Those are some more issues. So shout out to them for how however they did it. That's cool of them. I hope they.
Well, hold on. Not however they did it.
Shout out to them.
Hopefully they didn't take it
shit out of the back stock room that they fucking had stashed in there. And, oh, we fucked this guy and made a mistake.
So I mean, at least throughout the course of this week, they did something. And they got an issue, and they let me know, because that was part of it. Was like I was like, you could have let me know that you didn't have it, so I could have went to try it, buy it faster when it first came out.
Yep.
I could have tried to shoot out to another comic book store. I could have jumped on. I could have, you know what I mean? I could have had one of you guys pick an issue up for me, which looks like Chad did. And
be a nice one to pick a issue.
You know what I mean? Like, I could have done that, and that's, and I get it. There's a lot of people, but this is my whole thought on it. I've got two thoughts on it. It's first, you're supplying a product. If you're supplying a product to me and you don't have, okay, here's a good example. I ordered seatbelts for my Volkswagen. I ordered them from the person. I said, hey, I want 2 front seatbelts and I want 2 back seatbelts. They said, okay, this is the price for them. I said, perfect. I shall purchase them. They said, thank you for your purchase. I said, thank you for letting me buy it. They emailed me about 2 days later and said, sorry, we have back ordered the front seats, the front seat belts. We can't get them to you. If you'd like your money back, or if you want to wait, we're just letting you know that we don't have the product that we told you that we had.
Yep.
If you're providing a service where you are upfront getting a product and it should be their job to say, sorry, we can't deliver that product. Especially if it's something that you request. It's something that you've asked for. It's not something that I asked for a week ago. It's something that's been on my pull list for months. So it's something that's known. If you're not going to have the product, then you need to let your consumer know.
Yeah, basic respect, I guess.
Like, you know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it. And the second thing is, a lot of comic book stores need to remember comic books are a luxury. So after we pay our bills and we pay our rent and we pay our car payments and we feed our kids and we do all this stuff, we take our last little bit of money that we have left over and we go, I would like comic books. I can't use the comic books. I can't eat them. I can. We've seen Pete do it, but you know what I mean? It's not so to be like, meh, sorry, I want to take care of other people more. You're providing a luxury to people. So treat people like that. Like, thank you for spending that last little bit of extra money you have with us.
Unless you got podcast bucks, and then you just go in and get whatever you want because
Where's Matt? There he is. He's so tired from making all that money.
I'm not specifically pointing out one person.
But Kyle, there's only one person making podcast bucks.
I know there is. It's Matt.
But
I'm not singling out like a comic book store. I'm just saying in general, a lot of comic book store owners forget that comic books are a luxury.
Because he loves it when you call him Big Papa.
They call him Big Matty Matt.
It is, man. I agree. And not only that, but if someone's a long-time customer and they got a pull box, here's when I heard the story, here's part of my hugest gripe about it. Today's world operates in such a terrible fucking way. I have been with Sprint for 20 some odd years. I mean, since phones came out, I've been with Sprint since fucking day one. I mean, forever. Same number, same everything. I've always paid my bill. I've always kept up on it. I've went and got more stuff from them. I mean, watches and iPads and all the other shit, right? My bill just continues to keep going up, and my service keeps getting shittier and shittier and shittier. And I've been to the point where I'm fed up with them, and I'm ready to go somewhere else. Like, I've had it out with them. I've called customer service a million times. I'm sick of, I'm paying $200 a freaking month for my iPad and my phone. And I'm like, this is asinine. You guys have lost it. Like, I don't know what happened or where you lost it. There's no more long-term customer service. If you sign up for Dish Network, in 2 years, you have to cancel Dish Network and start DirecTV. And then in 2 years, you have to cancel DirecTV and go to Cox or Orbit or whatever it is. And then after 2 years of that, you have to cancel that. And you have to go and start that cycle all over again. And in the world today, the long-term customer no longer seems to be appreciated. And I don't fucking understand it. Yeah, it's like, I've been paying you guys for 20 fucking years, and you give all the new deals and less money to all the new customers.
Yeah.
It's fucking asinine.
It's backwards.
You've made more money off of me in the last 20 years than you're going to make off the next 7 guys that you fucking sign on. Like, it's fucking stupid.
I just think now we have so many outlets to buy things such as comics. I just think that it should be more appreciative as the people that keep returning to somewhere.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. Is here you have a box forever. They should be fucking filling your box and then go, okay, who started a box after Kyle? And then fill his box. And then, okay, who started this box? You know, and go down the fucking list on the line and not screw anybody.
You can buy comics. I can buy them anywhere. Like, I went on and I could have made a Midtown pull list, and they'll ship them to me weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, however the fuck I want them. I just think there's so many outlets, and somebody's going to keep returning. Do what you can to get them to come back. Absolutely. And I get it. You know what? They called me today. They got an issue for me. They put it in my box. They did exactly that.
I'm still burnt and fucking.
What, Matt?
What?
What?
I just had a light shine in my face.
You're just sitting there in left field.
I'm just listening.
I don't know. I don't want to talk down on anybody. I don't want to single anybody out. I don't want to. You know what I mean? It's just my opinion as a whole.
Hey, fucking man. There we go.
It's just what I think. If somebody keeps coming to me every time to buy stuff, I just think when it comes to it, you just go, well, we would rather take care of this type of customer. Well, what does that make me? Like, that was the part that burned my ass the most. We need to take care of our weekly people. Well, technically, I'm a weekly person because they put stuff in my box every week.
Mm-hmm.
I just buy it at one time instead of breaking it up over 4 times. I buy it one time.
Yeah, fuck, man.
And that's what really got me.
For how many years? How many years has your pull box been there, Kyle?
I've had them off and on with there for. I've been back with them. I've had Jesse for a while. Then I've had him back a couple years now. And then I had him for a few years, and I switched over to Jesse's, and now I'm back. So I get it. Maybe I am low on the pull, but I don't know. I just thank you for providing a service. And I'm not the kind of customer that comes in and I have 20 books and I only take 3 of them and I put the other ones back. Even when they put the wrong books in my stack, books I have no idea why they're in there, like, I buy them anyway because they're in my pull box. So obviously, for some reason, somehow, they figured they thought it was mine, and I get it every month, so I just buy it too.
Fuck that, man.
I don't know. I'm not trying to talk down on anybody, though. I'm trying not to. That's just.
I get it.
You should have one customer that you think is better than another just because the amount of time that they show up.
Well, yeah, but when you have someone who's got a pull box in there, and you've for years, not just months, not just whatever, and back and forth. So you did for a while, and you left, and you came back. That should be even more incentive for you to fucking work harder at keeping their business like that. Just like with phones, just like with TV, just like with all that shit. I am so tired of living in a nation where the long-term good customer is the first one you fuck. It's terrible. It's terrible business. I don't know where the business model got started, and I don't care. It needs to stop.
Here's the question: like, what do you? At some point, like, customer service, you have to draw a line and be like, listen, like, I'm talking about being the business owner, like saying, like, because that's one of the things that Unknown Comics guy did. He's like, listen, customer service isn't my thing. I'll admit it. It's not my thing. And I'm honest. It's not my thing. And he went on to show that it's not his thing. But he
should be in charge of it then.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
The face for his customer service.
Yep.
But I'm sorry. Go to get your. I'm sorry. You had a point.
Oh, that's exactly what I was saying. So at what point? I mean, I don't know. I guess there isn't a point.
Good point.
Good point.
All right, let's get into a little bit of odd news here.
Tonight, the Six Dad World primetime special with people just like you, only more pathetic.
It's a bit nutty.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
An apparent drug deal took violent turn, ending with one man being stabbed with a broken bong and the other being shot.
Brian, were you there when that happened?
I don't think it was a weed bong. I think it was more likely a meth bong, because no fucking pothead is going to break his glass bong.
I know, they're so expensive.
It happened in the area of 83rd Avenue and Deer Valley Road.
Nowhere by me. I don't live anywhere near that.
83rd and Deer Valley?
Nope.
Excuse me, Mr. Simpson. Is that a bong in your pocket? Oh,
no.
You have
Detectives say that the visitor hit the resident in the head with a broken glass bong and then used it to stab him. The resident pulled a gun and shot the visitor twice.
Right? I mean, that sounds like a meth head doing that, right? That's
Yeah,
like
A meth pipe's a little small to be smashing somebody over the
What are you
head
talking
with,
about?
isn't
They have
it?
meth bongs. Most meth addicts, most hardcore meth addicts either shoot or use a meth bong.
I've only seen the pipes. I've never seen a fucking...
You throw some Kool-Aid or something into there and
you
get that cherry Kool-Aid taste to it.
Yeah, it's
All
bad.
the while I was smoking harmless tobacco out of my bong.
Oh
my bong.
I just don't see a pothead being willing to break his bong, especially over a roommate who's probably a friend. Like, you smoke pot and you get mad at your friend, you go, instead of going, fuck, I'm gonna fuck that motherfucker up, you go, fuck, why am I being mad at my friend right now? I'm being an asshole.
No, that was a drug deal gone bad.
I was
Yeah,
just gonna ask, like, how many stoners do you know that get mad?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? To that point of like
Stabbing him with a bong?
Yeah, I'm gonna stab you with my bong.
I pictured my head is like a 5-foot bong, and he breaks it, and he's got like 3 foot of bong with these jagged fucking glass parts. And he goes, and he fucking just stabs him in the chest, and there's like 2 feet of bong sticking out, and he's grabbing it, and he's going, and he's looking at it, and he's like sliding the blood down, and he's looking at him, he's looking back down.
I think he lived, though.
Not in Kyle's story. I like Kyle's story better.
The slow.
Guys, Stella. Stella.
Woman found alive at Detroit funeral home after she was declared dead.
I read that one. That was crazy.
A woman who was
Must have drank
pronounced...
that Flint, Michigan water, huh?
Yep. A woman who was pronounced dead after emergency crews from Southfield Fire Department found her unresponsive, found to still be breathing in Detroit funeral home.
Would that suck? Dude, you know how scared you'd be walking in, you're about to embalm or something? What the fuck?
Right?
And
Or
you
you...
know,
to be that person.
But like, and it might be something that they're almost used to, because you know when the body is actually relaxing and it's gassing, so sometimes it'll look like
You'll
it's
hear
breathing
farting noises.
and gurgling and stuff, and when it's still.
I'm not dead yet.
Just a little.
Bring out your dead. I'm not dead yet.
That'd be super shitty to like wake up in one of those like freezers or something.
Looking around.
Yeah.
Fuck.
it's dark and cold, and you're like, what the fuck? And it stinks.
I don't remember my bedroom being this cold when I
Oh,
was
it's stink, dude.
Huh?
Dude, it smells like cleaning. Like it smells like super coldness and cleaner.
Yeah, I'm sure. Bleach.
Like, and dude, I bet I love sleeping in the cold, man. If I woke like that, I'd be like, oh shit. Hopefully there's a little bit of a blanket I could throw on my leg.
No, you would have kicked him off the bed already.
No, it's like you would have been in a body bag, so it would have been nice and toasty in there. You just
Not Kyle. He would have kicked it off.
Yeah, you would have heard me all night going.
Yeah.
Your body heat would be all fucking built up in there. You'd be all nice and just like, I just slept all night. They'd have fucking probably cremated me before I woke up.
I'm burning!
I'd have been, finally, it got cold in Arizona and I can sleep like a regular human.
Dude, when I was out of town in Jerome last weekend, dude, I seen
to Egypt, right?
I seen the temperature drop to 65 degrees twice while I was up there.
Oh, I'm fucking moving.
Dude, we were driving up there. It was pouring. It poured down rain almost the entire weekend. It poured on us going up there, and we're like, dude, it dropped to like 65 degrees. By the time we pulled into the hotel, it was like 70 degrees. It was beautiful.
Fucking sounds dreamy.
And we were there, and we were chilling. The next day was kind of humid, and we left on Sunday. And we were driving home, and we're like, oh, let's go see some of Nubia's family in Prescott. So we detoured off and backtracked a little to go to Prescott. Fucking poured down rain, man. 65 degrees again. Poured. Nice. It was hailing on us.
Oh,
and I ended up taking the back way home through like Yarnell and Congress.
I love that.
And then coming back down Grand.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the best way to drive back from Prescott. Dude, it was so like it was hailing on us, like big ass pieces of hail. We were like, oh fuck yeah, like wow. So where you're like driving like 45 because the windshield wipers are going and they're just not like. I was like, why the fuck do we live in Satan's butthole when we can go like 2 hours?
Yeah,
and decent.
Now see where I'm from in Colorado, they're like literally 50-foot difference between Prescott and Fort Collins, Colorado. And that's what the weather in Colorado is like. It's just beautiful. It's awesome.
I was telling you, I was like, fuck this. Fuck living in Satan's butthole. Let's sell our shit and let's move.
Fucking get out of Dodge.
Stupid shit. Let's buy next to some fucking pine trees. And
That's what Arizona summers do to you. They last just to that point where you're about to lose it, and then it gets really nice, and then you go,
this is why.
Yeah, maybe we don't do.
This is why I live here.
I saw more. This is going to sound crazy. Like, I mean, I've talked about this on the show many times. I'm an Arizona native. I have lived here my whole life. I literally saw more of Arizona last weekend than I have in my whole life. I'd never seen Yarnell. I'd never seen Sedona. I went to Sedona and took a picture in front of the Blue McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
I'd never been to Jerome. I had never been to Clarksdale. None of that, dude. I
haven't been to Jerome or Clarksdale yet.
Dude, fucking super cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Take the last train to Clarksdale, and I'll meet you at
awesome.
On the train ride I was taking. They played that song, and it's cool. I took this train ride, man. If you ever go there, dude, take the train because it takes you to the backside of the Mogollon Rim, and it takes you to the Sedona Red Rocks. It takes you like it's fucking cool as shit. Yeah. So we're
stoned.
Isn't it Clarksville?
Clarksdale.
No, the monkey song is "Take the Last Train to Clarksville."
I think it's Clarksdale.
Well, whatever it is, I think it's the same city name. But, dude, when we were on the it's a 4-hour train ride you take. It's 2 hours one way, and then they take you back. So we're about an hour into this train ride, right? And it's kind of cool. You get like this, like you can either sit in like this climate controlled railroad car. In like these nice, comfortable chairs with air conditioning and fans going, and they bring in you drinks. You can get Coke, Dr. Pepper, booze, beer, you walk in, as soon as you walk in and sit down, you get this really cool, like, not cool, but they give you some food. Like, you can order food before you go on the train, or you got food, and they give you like a cheese and meat and fruit and crackers and stuff to munch on. Or you can go out. I prefer
the term saltine American, thank you.
You can get saltine Americans, and or you can walk out and you can sit on this outside train car and just get the breeze, and like, you know, like I was grabbing trees and throwing it at people, and, you know, like the leaves and everything. So we're sitting there, right? And this dude comes out. You could tell he had one too many fucking fireballs. He had a little too much fire water. And you could tell. He comes out. He's a little bit belligerent, but you know what I mean? You kind of just ignore him. You know what I mean? And then he comes back, and so once you're assigned to a certain train car, you can't go to the other ones. It's not like you can't just like do whatever you want. It's kind of organized. This dude's trying to go into this other train car, and they're like, no, you can't. He starts trying to fight him. He gets all crazy, and they whisk him back to his fucking car, right? He starts beating his wife up in the train car.
What?
So they grab the dude, right? And these two dudes grab the dude. They bring him out, and they're like, "All right, everybody, we're sorry, but you can't sit out here anymore. You guys all have to go back into your train cars and sit in there because we have a situation." So they had to keep this drunk guy isolated with like two employees, and I could see the dude from where I was.
Just throw his ass off the train.
I thought they were going to, man. I thought they were going to. Dude, you see also he's trying to fight him, and then he's crying, and then he's laughing and smacking him on the back and stuff, and then he's trying to fight him again, and then he's crying. And like he'll get up and he tries to run into the fucking train car, and they're chasing after him, and they grab him.
Yeah, throw tips from the train.
For almost 3 hours, this is what I was watching. And there's no cell phone signal out there. None.
That's awesome.
Dude, the scene, the sights and the scenery is, you follow the Verde River, dude. It's fucking awesome. If you guys ever go up there.
What's the train called? The Mogollon Rim train or something like that?
Or it's like the Verde train ride or something. It's pretty fucking, it's a little expensive, but it's pretty cool. And we're like, all right. And the lady's like, you know, we've called the police, so they should be waiting for him when we get back. And now it's almost 3 hours later, and you could tell the dude is like sobered up. Because now he's like, he's got that fuck look on his face. Fuck. And so we're getting there, and we're pulling back into the train station. There was Game and Fish. There was Pinal County Sheriffs. There was Clarksdale Sheriffs, Jerome, another sheriffs, and they were on both sides of the train, and they're running with the side of the train, man, because they thought the dude was going to try to jump and run, and they had their guns ready, man. They were fucking on it, dude. I was like, dude, this motherfucker's going to get shot. I'm putting this shit on YouTube. I'm putting it on YouTube. That shit is ready. Yeah, the Verde Canyon Railroad. Thank you.
And that's exactly when I'd have tossed his ass off. I'd have been like, adios, motherfucker! Woo!
They take him off the train.
Listen to the gunshots.
I thought, man, I was like, dude, it's gonna be dude. This is it, man. I'm going on YouTube, man. I'm gonna be a YouTube star finally.
Have you guys?
And dude, so we had to wait for him to get off the train with the cops before they would let us all off.
Did they give you guys like deals or discounts or anything?
No.
They should have. Holy shit, they should have given everybody on the train like, hey, we're sorry for the inconvenience.
I mean, they were very apologetic, and you know, it is what it is. It didn't like ruin our experience any more than we just couldn't go outside and enjoy the scenery outside. You know, bummer. We had to sit in an air-conditioned train car, and I had to drink my whiskey and Cokes in like a recliner instead.
I don't know, man. Anytime you have like a customer service issue like that, where there's like violence involved, like there should be somebody that comes wrong and shit, man. I threw a punch on a plane and they give me free tickets.
I was just gonna tell the story about this time I was on a plane, and there was this really nasty guy, and this big kid, and this really big kid, and the guy wouldn't put his seat forward, and he was being a dick, and then he turned around and called the kid's mom a bitch, and then it was on. I thought the kid was gonna kill him, and then the dad started getting involved, and I was like, shit is about to go the fuck down, and dude, it was the craziest plane ride ever. They tossed the guy off, and they fucking gave the family free tickets.
Yes, they did.
I mean, I guarantee if we probably would have made a little bit of a ruckus about it, or like, I bet you they would have, but it added to my entertainment.
So what if you're rolling to a station and they're like, all right, that's the show. I hope you enjoyed it, folks. It was
kind of, they were. They're like, thanks everybody
They're all actors.
Yeah, right. The whole thing was set up. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. They take their top hat off and start getting tips.
Sheriffs are just, bowing and not, we run by the train 3 times a day.
Yes, he broke a lot of laws because what they were telling us, it's kind of like being in an airplane. So, when you do stuff like that in an airplane, it's way worse than it is like if you were at a bar or out in public. But since you're confined in a plane or a train, I guess it's worse.
And it's way worse on a train because the land that you're on is actually owned by the train company. And if you think the government has power, fuck with the train company. They literally will hide your body and people will never look for you. Those people have, I'm not joking. Those people have more power in America. They are the only ones that cities, towns, and governments don't fight the train company. You ever wonder why train tracks look like shit when you're going over the fucking roads and it tears the crap out of your suspension? Because the city can't fight the railroad.
Does it look like Matt's hair?
It looks worse than Matt's hair. It'll fucking rip your oil pan off.
What the fuck's wrong with my hair? Oh,
nothing. It looks good, dude.
Fuck you.
We had
for nothing.
We had a bunch of issues in Fort Collins. This is only one of the reasons that I know this information. We had a bunch of problems in Fort Collins because the trains, they had to fight and fight and fight. In fact, I want to write a story about it. We have our largest bank is on the other side of the train tracks. And when the train walks downtown and comes across the other northern part of Fort Collins, you could literally sit there and the cops can't get to the other side where the bank's at. And it became a major threat. And they had to fight and fight.
They wait for the train and you go rob it?
And the town has asked went to the train company and all the people, and because they can't touch it because it's train land and it's right through downtown and everything. And so they had to go and talk to the train company and try and get them to move it or do all this. And the train company's like, fuck you. We've been here since before you built the town. We're not moving shit. And they can't. The train company has more money and more rights than most cities and towns and governments. And dude, I'm telling you, train companies and making like this guy did on that train, you're on their land, and when they press charges, you're hosed. You might as well go onto the fucking you might as well go onto the White House lawn and take a giant dump, because these people, you would get less charges.
Damn.
The train company does not fuck around.
But I swear, you guys, if you guys haven't done it, it's really worth looking into to go do it. I enjoyed the shit out of it. It was nice and just relaxing. And, well, I mean, I had entertainment, but I mean, just the view is fucking dope. Like, it was a lot of fun.
It sounds like
fun. I had fun.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Hamburger.
Contents of a mysterious safe left on a New York farmer's land to remain a mystery. A large safe estimated to weigh between 500 to 600 pounds appears in a field on Kirk Math's farm with a note attached that reads, "If you can open it, you can have what's inside."
Whoa, challenge accepted.
For real, challenge fucking accepted.
Watch this shit.
Mathis said that deputies had to be dispatched as a crowd of people gathered in an attempt to force it open. They took sledgehammers to it, knocking out the dial and handle. Mathis told local reporters they worked on the hinges, kind of beat it up, but were unable to open it.
Here you get the fucking plasma cutter out.
He said that
I don't know, man. I got nights and weekends to work on that.
Yeah.
Dude, we would have safe locking parties, unlocking parties.
He said it could be holding $1 million. It could be holding confetti in there. You have no idea. So just dream.
Just, you know how pissed you'd be, man? Fucking 3 years later, man. Fucking, you finally get it open and there's fucking nothing in there.
Yeah, like Capone's vault.
Bunch of confetti shoots out and then like.
Have you guys ever heard about the National Lampoon's mansion? There's like I guess National Lampoon's, the whole National Lampoon's comedy thing started based on a magazine from like Harvard, like a student-run magazine from Harvard.
Mm-hmm.
And the mansion up there was owned by a guy, or that they took over. It was owned by a guy that liked to build secret shit in his house. And he would build all these like puzzles and just didn't tell anybody about it. And people started finding out. So you go in there and you try to figure out shit. You know, tribal people try to figure out shit. And there's a story that Conan O'Brien was in there one day. And he was super stoned. And he was like just looking at this tiled wall. And he realized like they had a little bit of a tint of a different color. And they were like spiraled. But where it stopped was offset. So he went and chipped out this little tile. He chipped it out of the wall, and there was a hole behind it with a note in it that said, "Took you long enough."
Really? They let him chip it out?
He just did it.
He just took it upon himself to do it?
Yeah, he just started fucking with it.
Well, somebody found that treasure chest in the Rockies that's been hidden for the last like 15, 20 years.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody found it like, I don't know, 3 months ago.
What treasure?
So there's a guy.
He's an author.
Yeah, author, very rich, very
14 or 15 of them, right?
Yeah, philanthropist, and
you're talking about the paintings, right?
He wrote a book and put in a hint of where he hid a treasure.
In pictures.
Yeah, they're paintings. Yeah, and it's clues.
Uh-huh.
And produced the book and put it out and published it and whatever. Well, someone 2 or 3 months ago finally found the treasure box.
That means that only 3 of the treasures have been found.
Yeah, out of the 12.
Yeah, only 3 of them.
He only did one though.
No,
the guy me and Kyle are talking about has them all over the country.
Yeah.
You just don't know where. They could be all over the world.
This guy hid one treasure box, and he said it has over $1 million value inside.
Oh yeah, that's a different guy.
Because it was jewels, and he didn't say whether it was rubies, gems, diamonds, all of that. He said it could be all of it, it could be one of it, but it has all kinds of gold coins and money and jewels, and it was hidden in the Rocky Mountains.
Yep.
And
that one couple had been searching it forever.
Yep.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm talking about somebody else.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Kyle. That one's cool. That one's based on like it's like a fantasy book, almost fantasy type stuff. And in each one are these really hard to find hints about where the location is. And they've only ever found 2 or 3 of the 12.
So like there's one that I was like a guy I work with lives in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And later, Corbin. And and one of the treasures is in Milwaukee. So what I did was I told him about it, and he never heard about it. And so I pulled up the picture, and it's a painting, and he's like, yeah, it's this park, and it shows all these clues. He's like, yeah, there's this statue here. Then you walk, and he was explaining to me. So what all these hints are is this park in Milwaukee that he's been there 100 times. He didn't know that there's a treasure there. And no one's been able to find it. Yeah, you'll have to Google it. It's pretty fucking cool. Like they did an interview with the guy who drew it, who drew the art for it. And he won't tell anybody, and he won't go and get them, but he won't tell him. People come to him all the time trying to get extra clues, because he sat there while the guy was describing everything, and he was drawing it.
Fuck yeah!
You have to Google it, man.
I've always wanted to, one, find a treasure or go treasure hunting like that, and two, I've always wanted to do a what do you call it? Like
magnet fishing?
No, like another treasure hunt, but there's another
geo track or whatever.
No, there's another word for it. Scavenger hunt.
Oh, like I'll make one for you. I'll make one for you.
3 or 4 groups of people. Did you ever?
And this will be the
well,
win.
Have you heard that story that was going around a few months ago about the app where you could like geo track and do geo scavenger hunts, and people could hide shit out there and then like tag it, and you could use that app to get clues to find out where it was. And somebody did it, and it led them to a dead body stuffed in a suitcase.
A buddy I know, same guy who lives in Milwaukee. That's what him and his family would go do for fun. Is they would use that app, and they would go out and they would geo hunt. But that would suck, man. Oh my god, that's a person.
So back in the 80s, there was a TV show, there was a movie they did on HBO, and they didn't release it in the theaters or anything, and it was called Midnight Madness. And it had 4 different groups of like, I think 3 or 4, maybe 5 kids per group, right? And they're, I say kids, but I mean 18, 20s, right in that realm. And they were all on a scavenger hunt, and that's what the movie's about. And it's fucking awesome. I haven't seen it in 100 goddamn years, and I've always wanted to do it.
I want to know who's the oldest here. We need to know.
Check this shit out. Hold on.
Must be me, because I'm bald and gray.
Here's that shit, dude. Look at this shit.
What started as a fun adventure ended with a very grisly discovery. Some teens who were using a TikTok app that randomly generates a nearby location to explore got to the location. And as Amber Cogliano reports, they were shocked by what they found.
These teens are about to make a gruesome discovery.
Guys, in front of them.
They were exploring a remote part of a beach in Seattle when they came across the mysterious black luggage. At first, they had no idea what was inside, which is why they could be heard joking around in the video.
Wait, open it.
This thing's gone.
Suddenly, as they poked open the suitcase with a stick, the smell became overwhelming.
Oh, fuck.
They realized something sinister might be inside.
Okay, so she's calling the police so we can see if it's actually a dead body or it's just...
Dude, that's insane!
Confirmed the presence of human remains in the trash bag stuffed inside the suitcase. So how did the teens end up here at this specific location where they found the suitcase? They were directed there by a smartphone app called Randonautica. The app has exploded in popularity among young people.
Yeah, everybody wants to go find bodies now.
It's supposed to be a fun new way to explore the world around you by sending you randomly selected geographic coordinates. Joshua Langfelder created the app and says he never expected anyone to find a
Yeah, because it wasn't only a matter of time for that.
Yeah. That's
Dude.
weird.
Fucked.
Yeah, dude. That shit's creepy, man.
That's fucked.
It was full of head and shoulders.
Oh,
Knees and toes.
That's your fucking second terrible joke tonight. All right. God damn it.
Jeffrey Dahmer was out at the pier and lost his luggage.
Oh god. Man cuts off ears and keeps him in a jar to make his head look like a skull.
That luggage cost that dude an arm and a leg.
That's 3. That's 3. That's 3.
Never did I think this day would come, Chad, but
3 strikes and you're out, dude.
never did I think the day would come that Solo Wookiee gets removed. But it just happened. It just happened.
So who's the oldest here? We really need to get through this discussion.
I'm 27.
Fuck those 20s.
You guys aren't as old as me.
Here's one right up Kyle's alley. Man banned from Tinder for catfishing after posing with photoshopped Baby Yoda.
The what?
What? Catfishing after doing the Photoshop
Yeah.
with Baby
A Chicago
Yoda?
comedian took to Twitter to share a conversation he had with a woman he matched with on Tinder about the Yoda doll he was sitting with in his profile picture that doesn't actually exist. So because he made a fake, he photoshopped in a picture of Baby Yoda, she nailed him for catfishing because it's fake.
What?
Yep. And he's been kicked off of Tinder for it.
So he had a Baby Yoda next to him?
Yeah, I'll show you the picture.
Oh. He's fucking pointing something out to
She
her.
thought that was real?
Yep.
Fucking Jesus. And they left, and they kicked him off. God, I'd have told that girl, oh, geez.
Suck it.
Yeah, smart like
So
him.
she says, "Where did you get the Yoda doll?" He says, "Haha, it's just a Photoshop." She says, "No, not the photo. I mean the Yoda doll." He says, "Yeah, it's not a doll, unfortunately. Anyways, what kind of movies do you like besides Star Wars, presumably?" She said, "So you just put a fake image on your profile. That's literally the definition of catfishing. You're a liar and a sneak, and I'm reporting you. Now not letting you fool anyone else, your little tricks." And he got fucking banned off Twitter or off Tinder for it.
Stupid.
I'm guessing that bitch is from California.
Bet your name is Karen.
She did him a favor.
And our last
California Karen can go fuck herself.
Our
Here's
last
a t-shirt and a vibrator. If you don't like the t-shirt, you can go fuck yourself.
Our last bit of odd news this week is mom mortified after workers left in stitches over rotten discovery in an attic. A mother was left rather red-faced after a worker installing CCTV cameras at her home made a rather disturbing discovery in the loft.
Some luggage.
She says all was going swimmingly until the man called for the 27-year-old upstairs to look at something rather unusual he stumbled across in the attic. The mom was the one mortified when he showed her a scaly, rotten sex toy, which had been left standing upright in the loft. So they found a rotten,
like that one from Dave.
Dildo.
Oh, dildo. Womp, womp, womp. Yeah. It's all dusty.
It's all dusty and melted and shit.
Dude, if I ever sell my house, I'm doing the same exact thing.
I love shit like that. I love little pranks like that, like the ones that you never know if they're actually going to hit, but you still do them. Yeah, you never know if that's ever going to work.
I was at work today, and
Sucker.
some of you know where I work, some of you don't. And two funny, fucked up things happened. One, I can't wait to open the shop. Two, how the fuck do you set a smoke detector on fire? And three, if your teenage daughter's room is a mess and the electrician has to go in there to maybe fix things, you should probably make sure that your older teenage daughter's messy room does not have sex toys sitting on the floor next to the bed. Just an FYI. That's not a fucking back massager.
Is that a jackrabbit you got?
All I could do.
I got you this necklace. Thanks. It's NL. It kind of smells like shit.
Did you just knock it out of the way so you could fix the outlet?
No, I had to get on. I only had to step like in the door, but it was laying like on the ground next to the bed. It was the plug-in massage.
I was gonna say, like, was it like that
ball head and shit?
The Ashton Kutcher movie with Brittany Murphy Just Married, where they stick the dildo in the wrong socket in Europe and fucking like starts a fire in the castle they're staying in. And the fire department comes in and it's still just jammed in the socket, and they're all laughing at it.
Right? No, it wasn't that bad, but it was just sitting there, and I'm thinking, these people are clueless. Like they don't talk to their children at all.
It's my massager, Mom!
I know more about your kids and family in the last 10 minutes than you guys have in the last 20 years.
I told you not to bother me when I'm using my massager.
Well, you guys got anything else?
Wookiees cookies, baby. Let's see them.
I got none.
I only got these. I got a couple of these.
Oh, I
Got a couple more. Didn't you already have some?
No, they finally came in.
Oh, nice.
Got 3 of them. So,
all right. Well, I'll show off my Clayton trains then.
Nice.
Oh, so you did get a book signed, huh?
Oh yeah,
beautiful, man.
I got a couple of them signed.
There you go.
I love that one. That one's, he called it the cotton candy. That's awesome. That looks really good. And then I got this one.
Nice. Oh, he did it like
you had someone stand in line for you.
he did it like Technicolored. That's cool.
Yeah, and they called it the I don't know, that infinity or tricolor or fucking whatever.
Is that $35?
Yeah, no, it was, well, it kind of was.
this is the one he's pulling out of his press as we speak.
Right?
Nice.
I pressed them myself.
I did. I'm actually pressing this one right now.
How's that going for you?
You're working. You know, hurry up and learn.
How many books did you fuck up trying to figure that out?
I haven't fucked up any yet, but I'm also not. I'm not going too in depth with anything yet. I'm not going crazy. And then this came today.
Oh, nice.
The trade paperback.
Very nice.
Volume 1. Then I got a bunch of other shit, but that's just that's the main stuff.
Nice.
Very cool.
Awesome.
All right. Anybody got anything else?
No.
No. Kyle, you want to remind people about your giveaway?
Sure. I want you guys to make a fucking video of you pouring yourself a bullet bourbon, buying bullet bourbon, anything about you, an Absolute Geek, and the thought of buying bullet, and because of Absolute Geek, you're buying it, blah, blah, blah. And what I'll be giving away is the Turkish Dark Malt variant for first place, which so far is fucking Michael Stout.
Who knocked it out of the park with his video.
Fucking killed it. So, yes, please, everybody, please send me a video of you guys drinking Bullet. You guys picking it up and going, thanks, Absolute Geek. Now I know about Bullet. Anything. Pouring a drink, having a drink, enjoying a drink. Let's show Bullet Bourbon that how much we love their booze, and I'll give you prizes.
Amen.
There you go. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight on YouTube. It was something.
It was different.
If you guys had a good time, make sure to like and subscribe button. If you want to listen back to this episode, you can do so on any of your podcasting platforms on Monday. Make sure to leave us a review, as it helps us a lot in those podcasting platforms. But for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm Bullet Kyle.
I'm Brian.
I'm Solo Woofy.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Drink your Bullet Bourbon.